Yo, 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 we are live. What's good, everybody? For another episode of the Aim Down Sights podcast. This is episode 3. Panda is going to be joining us very shortly. I hope. She's having internet issues over in Hobbit land over there. So hopefully she'll be joining us shortly. I know she'll pop in and go, I'm sorry. But she is like messing around with her modem right now. She's having some issues. So we will definitely get her in here as soon as we possibly can. But I got my buddy Next Gen Nero here. What's going on, Nero? How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man? What up, chat? What up, YouTube? What up, all our supporters, man? I'm just cooling, man. I've been very addicted to Dragon's Dogma 2, so I've been playing that. I actually deleted my save file and started over, which was an interesting decision, to say the least.
Were you scared before you did that? Was that a little scary for you? Or?
It was, but I'm gonna tell you why. Because so when you complete the game, you can start a new game plus, right? And I don't know if it's because Mary Jane or what the situation was personally. They asked me 3-4 times, like legit, probably.
Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes, are you sure? Are you sure? And Rhetri, I kept sitting there like an idiot, so confused. My anxiety started going up. I'm like, yo, how many fucking Capcom? What the hell is this shit? They asked me so many times, are you sure you want to start? Are you sure you want to start over? Telling me certain things would change. I paid it no attention. So I started over, which isn't the problem. And I made a beast instead of a human. But
did you not know like the consequences of starting over before you were starting over?
I'm gonna say I didn't, but it's my fault because they literally warned you like 4 times about it.
You're like
so I started over with a character I did not like. And the biggest thing that made me start the game over is because I did not mean to beat Dragon's Dogma when I did. I didn't realize the quest.
Yeah, you beat it quickly, bro.
Yeah, I was flying through it, man. I didn't realize. So when I beat it, I was like, man, I got so much still I wanted to do in that world. But I was like, you know what? It's cool. It's a new game plus. So when I started the new game plus, it reveals the entire map for you.
Okay. Even areas you didn't explore.
Even areas you didn't explore. When I tell you, that was the big. Not only did I make a beast that I didn't. I wanted to make a human. I was tripping. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I said, I was just doing. I was just ready to get back in that world. So I made a big beast. And then I'm like, I don't need that because I got Panda Pond for that. You know, shout out Mr. Whiskey.
Yeah.
And, so I started over it and it showed the entire map. And I was like, yikes, I don't like that. Some people might like that.
Me you don't like that? I don't like that. There is so much to explore in that game. I honestly feel it's almost like a little bit of a cheat. And I kind of think I like that. Just because I know how much damn time I've explored walking in the world. I don't know. Maybe I guess I don't understand how much of the map I'm missing. I bet you it's a bunch. So let me ask you.
I thought it was a bunch too, and I looked because one thing I did in that playthrough that I said I want to do in this playthrough is be kind of less reliant on the maps. Less opening the map and just more exploring and coming across so many like dope natural things. So when it kind of shows you the entire map in a new game plus, it was kind of just like a turnoff. I was like, yikes, you know, stuff I didn't discover in past, I didn't take is now in front of me. And I'm like, I don't like that because I really love the non-holding hand. And also, before you start a new game plus, you supposed to go back into your save game that you just beat the game on. And that's the end game. So it's some end game quests and some end game content there that I didn't know. And I completely skipped out on it. But like I said, it's my own fault. Because Capcom literally asks you 3-4 times pop-up messages before you start a new game plus. So
I do listen. Welcome, Panda. I'm glad your internet is working. I know the hobbits are working hard over there to make sure you got your internet's working. Welcome, girlfriend. How you doing?
Oh, which side? I'm good. I'm wearing my N7 onesie right now because I'm just like I feel like Mass Effect today. Really good. I went to bed at 2 this morning to be good because
what were you doing?
No idea. Dragon's Dogma 2. That's all I've been playing, to be honest. I've done a little bit of the odd palette cleanse with Halo. Like I'll play a few matches and then I'm like, okay, now Dragon's Dogma has hit like peak level of that's all I'm thinking about. I need to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just
Dude, I swear I'm gonna start dreaming about that fucking game.
I've been dreaming about Dragon's Dogma. I
swear.
Yeah.
You know,
I think I'm level 52
like,
now, so
holy shit. Okay, yeah, I'm in my 40s.
See, I was 41 before I started
but
the game over, man. Like,
nah, because I know what it's like. I know what the original game is like with New Game Plus. So, I was like very much gonna explore as much as I can until. Yeah, but
that's what I'm doing on this playthrough for sure.
My assumption is, and I hope this is key, is like in the original game, when you found the port crystals and you get to put them wherever you want.
Yeah.
When you go New Game Plus, those port crystals would stay from your previous playthrough, and then you'd get more port crystals in your next playthrough, and then you.
You telling me they're gone?
No. They I haven't played New Game Plus, but like in the original game, they would stay on the map where you left them.
Right. That's
and then get more port crystals, and you could put more fast travel points around the map where you wanted. So
I hope that's still the case. Nero, can you confirm that or not?
Yeah.
Do you know if the port crystals are still there?
On the map, no, but in your inventory, yes. And that's the really great thing. You keep
I guess.
You keep.
I really have mine in strategic places, but fine.
I mean, when you go through, if you pick them up at the very beginning of the game, when you get to where you want to go, you can just put them down as you go. So I guess, like, I mean,
it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
I have. Well, the reason I'm complaining about it, because I complain about everything, is because I am farming right now, and I have a very specific farm based on those port crystals. So I'm being a little gold whore right now. Are you
farming bad guys?
No, I'm actually farming. That's a great idea. That's probably my next thing. No, I'm farming fruit. Believe it or not, I saw a little video online. Yep. You can. So you
dried fruit, and then you get it. I have a pawn that does that, and as soon as I get the
wait. Let me in on the secret.
As soon as I get
farming, like, let me know about that. I might.
So I know what you're about to say. You're so Panda, you have the talent on your pawn that automatically
on someone
combines.
Else's pawn I hired, and they're doing it for me. I think it's Lyric's pawn actually, who's in the chat. I'm pretty sure. Is it his pawn, or it might have been another pawn of, where they basically, if you get enough items, they combine it for you, and then you don't have to worry about it.
There is a I can't remember what it's called. It might be the combining thing for this. It will not work if your pawn does that. So because I remember watching the video, it's like if any of your pawns have this, throw them off a fucking bridge or because I think the combining might fuck shit up somehow or automatically putting it into inventory.
That they've been doing dried fruit is what they've been making.
Yeah. So what this is? So like the fruit, it's not dried fruit. So it's the fruit.
When it starts cooking, they put it together and
fruit.
they make it dry it together when they combine.
Okay, so your thing must be different because what I do is I buy regular ass fruit and it's like fresh fruit and then it becomes ripe fruit and then it becomes then it's more valuable. So then you take so you're going back between two different areas. Oh yeah, I'm selling that shit.
Oh, are you selling the stones?
Operation going.
Are you selling the stones which say they're scarcely available in a different area?
No, I'm straight up selling apples and I'm just literally selling fruit right now. That's it. That's the fucking thing.
The stones are good because I've got about almost 300,000 gold. But this like you go because they say where they're scarcely available and then you sell them in that area.
That's it, Lyric. That is the thing that you're not supposed to have for the thing that I'm doing. It's logistian.
It wouldn't be good for you, Rhetri.
Yeah, it screws me up. Yes.
But it's good for me when I'm like, because I'm not farming at all. Honestly, the game's massive. I've hired Lyric's pawn. I'm using his pawn at the moment. But I'm hoping that it's a higher level because I have to send it back and rehire it because now I think it was 44 when I last had it and now I'm like 52. So it's like there's like 8 levels different? 6 level difference?
Yeah, that's a big deal in this game, man. 8 levels is no joke.
Yo, with me starting over, I'm keeping Mr. Whiskey and Lyric Pawn with me 24/7.
Well, let me know any vocations because Mr. Whiskey's on his 5th vocation now.
Damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
And we're both on our 5th vocation. So once I've got all the vocations done, then I'm going to finalize the vocation I want him to be on because then I've unlocked all the augments I want. Because that's the main thing is
that's what I got to do that too for the augments.
Once you do that, it's the augments you want.
I'm just trying to understand this game, Panda. This game is deep, dude.
It's
like there's a
deep.
lot going on, and I tell you right now, like this whole like I can't stop fucking thinking about it thing. That doesn't happen to me unless it's game of the year material. I cannot stop.
And I'm like, I can't play it tonight.
Honestly, haven't felt this since Skyrim, man. And I said that in my review.
This is my new Elden Ring, dude. Like
I haven't game of the year so
like
far.
Like Starfield, Hogwarts had me. Like I'm starting to think I'm an RPG guy because all my game of the years are RPGs, man. Bro. Like I love my shooters, but these RPGs are just hitting for me lately.
Yep.
The only thing that they really need to do though is just is I guess with the quest, once you've gone, it's a little bit back and forth sometimes with the travel.
Like so I have started
to use. I've started using my fairy stones now because I've really cleared everything out. Because when you get to the levels we're at, the only challenge you get is when you go to very specific areas on the map. Other than that, the monsters aren't very challenging, and so you just basically. Just cream through them. It's good for XP farming. I want to find the bow. There's a bow that if you get the final kill, it like gives you like four times the amount of XP. So you can like
is it the one shot? The one
shot?
No,
that's that. You're talking about the arrow. There's
the
like
arrow is the one shot.
The game.
Gotcha.
No, there's a bow that you can get, and it basically it allows you to XP farm monster killing.
I'm gonna
final shot.
When that happens, let me know. I need to, dude. I'm. This is just like Elden Ring. I get literally about 20 guides saved in my YouTube right now. Like no joke. I am doing 7 fucking things at the same time.
Well, I got
ADD, so this game has got me.
Same, man, and that's why I started a new playthrough because it's like it was so much going on, and I started a new game plus. I missed out on the end game content and the true ending. I just start fresh.
I just got the Trickster vocation. Obviously, you get it through part of the story anyway, but I'm not going to tell you anything other than that. But I'm still after Magic Archer Nero, and I know you've got it. And I'm like, motherfucker. But I think I think they purposely put it towards mid to end game because of the fact
it's
how
really
OP it is.
It's really
and how many people loved that. They were just, if you got that too early on, people were just going to go with that vocation and nothing else. And I think they wanted people to experience Mystic.
You got to work for it.
At the beginning, I haven't used that one yet. Because I wanted to get my. I don't even
know if I've unlocked that one yet.
I'm currently a mage, so I want to go through mage and sorcerer before I go to Mystic Spearhand. So I've got a augment on my magic. So when I use Mystic Spearhand, he'll be more OP. And it's you really have to like look at your rings you're wearing and even some of the augments to be able to balance out what class you're playing. I fucking love this game. I do. I really do. I'm obsessed.
That's why I'm so at peace with starting over and losing all my vocations and the magic archer and just I don't mind devoting another 50 hours to this game.
Let me jump on that subject though. I mean, why would they do that though? Like I'm not why the fuck would they why wouldn't they allow you to have multiple save files? Like why would they?
It's to do with the pawn system. Because your main pawn and how that's shared, that is why that is
so you can't it's like a multi-share thing. You can't multi-share. Fuck, I didn't think of that.
I'm so annoyed that we don't have the update yet.
Xbox
does not have the freaking update.
But
obviously that was like Power World, which it got delayed on the update because of what it has to go through. I'm like, I just want the update because I don't. I just want to have a look and I want to compare the performance once I make some changes. I'm not going to cap it at 30. Fuck 30, capping it at 30. See what it's like when I turn off ray tracing.
Fuck ray tracing in this game. Even on PC, I killed it.
The lighting is fantastic with it on though.
It is. I know. It is. But I'm going to decide whether or not. But I want to be able to turn off motion blur and turn it on and see what I like or don't like. But I thoroughly enjoyed the warrior vocation. I didn't enjoy it in the original game. It just wasn't that fun, but it's actually quite good, except when you're dealing with little ads. When you're dealing with the big guys, you can just
I use that. Oh, I'm trying to think of this ability I use where you just like hold it, smack them, and they just sort of lose balance. And
yes, when they're doing this, and you can push them over.
You just go ham on them. You just one move, and they're done. But I just got the Maester vocation or Maester skill for the warrior, and that's why I moved Mr. Whiskey to warrior. Pete's using Mr. Whiskey like nonstop. He's like, he's so cool. He doesn't talk too much.
Yeah,
he's just really calm.
I like the pawns that shut the fuck up. Like,
well, did I tell you I found the specialization, which is the one where you can basically
like mute them type of thing.
Yeah, unless they get spoken to, they don't talk.
I know, but I want that one. I'm gonna have
I've got it. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah,
I actually enjoy the combos, man. It
depends on who it is.
What's the combos? Once your pawns are together long enough, they build a sort of rapport, and then they talk off each other, and I really like that.
Yo, I swear, because RP my original Storm, man. Like I said, I'm starting from scraps, man. It's a hard thing to do, man. But my pawn Storm and Lyric. Shout out Lyric in the chat.
What's going on, guys?
His pawn, Valkyrie, Storm and Valkyrie had like this sisterhood where every time it's kind of like I was the pawn at one point. The way they would conversate and just hang out, I would feel like the third wheel. I'd be like, well, damn, I wish my character could speak.
You'd be like, just go get a room. Just get a room at this point. Do you know there's an achievement though in this game for like pawn or your love interests, like enough of them having a fight in your house?
Really?
And I was like, "Ooh, love triangle."
Yeah, it's getting spicy up in here. We'll talk about Stella YAMS later too, but listen. Welcome to the Dragon's Dogma 2 podcast. I didn't listen. When we started this podcast, there's no fucking way I thought all of us, like, because we're shooter people, like we like our shooters big time. But I did not think we were all going to be on the same page with Dragon's Dogma. I didn't even know if I was going to like this game at all. Like I just took a chance.
You're a male version of me, Rhetri. You were going to like this game.
I had no fucking clue. I can't stop thinking about it, bro. Like, I haven't played anything else. I haven't touched anything else. We were supposed to play Halo the other night. A, I fell asleep. And then B, when I woke up, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just played till like 5 o'clock. Dragon's Dogma. I was like, fuck y'all. I'm playing Dragon's Dogma.
I'm like, 4 hours of sleep is plenty, right? 4 hours of sleep is plenty. Turn on Dragon's Dogma.
It's plenty. Dude. It's taken over my life. It's just like Elden Ring for me. It's just like Starfield. I couldn't touch anything else.
This is just, there are a few things that I want them to change. I want them to be able to toggle on and off the helmet, because I like to see
for the eyes.
That's why I want to see so much for the eyes, especially
the goddamn Dragon's Plague.
When you've got a pawn on and their face is completely covered, and you take their helmet off just to see if their eyes are okay. But then that goes straight back to the inventory. Then you have to put a fake helmet on them in the interim. I'm like, mother.
I was doing that last night, and I was like, wait, this is going to go back to the original person? Why? Come on, man. Or at least an option, like so you can lift it up, because I can do that with my own character. There's an option to lift it up so you can see their eyes, like if they have like one of those masks that have a thing that lifts. At least add that option for the pawn, so I know if they're spreading fucking disease everywhere.
Have we all caught the herp in this game? I have. Someone gave it to me.
Our guest that we had not too long ago, my buddy.
Demo Flow?
Demo Flow. I'm telling you, Demo, if you're watching this, I think he's actually on C Money's podcast right now. I'm 99% sure you have it. Here's why. I watched the video on Dragon's Plague, and it says the very first time you hear about it, it's because you just picked up a pawn that has it, and he's the one I picked up, and I instantly got that notification. And he had a mask on. I was like, fuck. So I was like, yo, Demo, I think your guy's got it. And he's trying to blame me. Man. Like, I gave it to him. I'm like, no, motherfucker, it's you.
My twin, she messages, we're in a party together. And she's like, I just got the pop-ups about Dragon Blight. And so I just hired Whiskey. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then I go and I like look at his eyes. And I'm like, some motherfucker gave my cat this Dragon Blight shit. Don't spread the herp. I was so annoyed, but I was like, I just rested and had just come back from someone else, and so I was like, okay, because I know how you get it. You don't get it from normal dragons. You get it from those dragons that are
that looks
all
sick.
Infected.
Yeah, is it the ones that are like always like drooling and foaming?
Oh no, it's the ones with
that just like
these
they got like pus things on them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Which is more in-game sort of content, so you know that people who've hired and gone through the in-game have most likely given it to your pawn, because every time I fight a dragon, I check them and they're all okay, but I do often try and just Mr. Whiskey goes in the drink quite a lot when I kill a dragon, just in case. Yeah, and cats don't like water, so pour him.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lyric. He's saying the gameplay loop is ridiculously good, and I'm hearing some like negativity on this game, and I'm going, why? Like people are saying there's not enough enemies. I'm like, you haven't been enough places, clearly.
There's enemies like every like 10-ish meters.
No, I'm talking about variation, not like the number of them, but like different types of enemies that people can complaining about the lack of it, and I'm just like, I don't think you've explored enough. I actually think the enemy variation is pretty damn good in this game.
It's pretty good, but what my thought is that when they released the DLC, because what they did in the first game when they released that fairy stone, which you could just constantly use in the Dark Arisen version, you had extra bad guys when you went down the Everfall, and I don't think there's an Everfall in this game. Who knows? There might be. And
I don't know what that is, but cool.
Yep. Yeah. Then I don't know. Nero, is there an Everfall in this game?
Is it a what?
Is there an Everfall in this game?
What's that?
Okay, then no, there isn't.
There you go.
Oh man.
Okay, right. So you got more bad guys because you would fight a Hydra and some other cool things in that, and then when you got to like Bitter Black Island, which was the DLC, there was even more bad guys that you'd never come across, or variations on them, and so it changed your gameplay. And honestly, they were so OP, they could kill you very easily. And then you met Death. And Death was just a son of a gun. Honestly, Death you ran from Death until you could figure out how to kill Death. Very, very hard. But I think that's what's going to open things up around what the possibilities are because they need a hard mode, like a proper hard mode.
Yeah, I've been hearing people clamor for that as well.
Yeah. 100%, especially because I know that in the original game, once you defeated the dragon, darkness kind of went across the land, and then you came across dire wolves that breathed fire at you, and other bad guys that were a lot more powerful. And that was kind of like hard mode in a way, and that was really cool.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Something to look forward to with the DLC in the future. Now, shout out to the over 50 people here. I know we've been trying to figure out what's going on with the difference between YouTube. So me and Dave did an experiment. We were trying to, because our numbers were not matching, our live numbers were not matching what we were showing on YouTube. And that's because our numbers were actually being inflated by the people watching us on Twitter. So shout out to everyone on Twitter. We got 52 people. So what's going on Twitter? Glad you guys are watching us do that. Good to see that's working, because right now we got way more people on Twitter watching this than YouTube.
X gonna give it to you, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, fuck you, Elon. I hate what you did to the app, but that's fine. That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to you guys. We finally figured it out. It's been happening on Boom's podcast, a bunch of podcasts. So we decided to kill Twitter on the last one that me and Dave did, and that's exactly what it was, because our numbers perfectly matched up. As soon as we pushed it out to Twitter, our numbers got jacked up. So that mystery got fucking solved. So thank God.
Your numbers went on steroids, eh?
Yeah. So hey, it's good. I'm glad that Twitter people are actually watching. It's good to know, man. It definitely helps us out for sure. But what's going on, Lewis? We got Talos in here. We got Lyric in here, of course. A bunch of other people, I think.
We need to wrap this up so I can pretend to try and play some Dragon's Dogma before the end. No, I'm kidding. We've been on long enough, right? We've talked enough topics.
We're good. I know, right?
Yeah, this is a great episode, man. 26 minutes. Let's shut it down.
It's hard when you get these games, yo. When you get these games like this, and you're just like, should I podcast tonight? Like, do I really need to do that shit?
I've got a cold.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on, Def Leopard? Welcome, brother. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. I know. A lot of our C Money's crowd is our crowd too. So I know a lot of people are still watching the C Money show. So hopefully they will come over here when those guys are done. They don't normally go on Saturday nights. but they're doing like a special episode. Congratulations to him and Doodle, by the way. They went from like 12,000 subscribers to like 20,000 real quick for their coverage during PAX East. So that's fucking awesome, man.
Love to see
love to see. Yeah, love to see the good people, people that we love and appreciate, who will be on this show, by the way, will be on this show soon. I was actually talking to him today about it, so we will definitely get those guys together. So, end of the show, guys. Panda needs to go play. Yeah.
I can't even do that. Fuck you. I have to go to my sister's place after this, and I'm staying the night, and she only has one Xbox. I should and one TV. Just take my Xbox and a TV round or a monitor just so we can both play it tonight. Tempting, it really is.
Let's see. What's Lewis saying? Microsoft and OpenAI creating a computer Terminator already showed us the future. Risk it. Don't like that. You're probably hating right now. I'm not sure what you mean, Lewis, on the whole risk it comment. I don't know. I know risk it's controversial, guys, sometimes with stuff he says, and I definitely don't always agree with him. But yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of shit going down in the Xbox community right now where people are just kind of losing their minds, man, of like what is happening and what's possibly coming in the future. A lot of people don't like it. I am not one of those fucking people, man. I am more excited than ever.
Man.
Well, I think AI is a.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, AI is just there's a massive opportunity for us to actually stop doing some mundane tasks and focus on other things around creativity and such. And really, it's a lot of we have control over AI. We created it. It isn't creative around what we can think like. So I think there's always going to be a place. I mean, every time new technology comes in, humans are apprehensive to change.
Every time, Panda.
Every time. 100%. And this is just the next technological change and shift. And then we're going to figure out a different way to move forward around it. Yeah. I understand apprehension on it. I do, really do. But I do too. There's many opportunities in which you could go and strive and change things, especially around what we're doing.
I just want to say, any of the flip-flopping, mustard heart ass, fake ass Xbox fans, fuck you.
Yep, go fuck yourselves.
Go dick ride Sony. Go over there. We don't need you.
Dude,
here.
Some of them are. Literally, we're watching some of these guys like go over there, and you know what? No love loss, I guess. Like the thing is I don't understand. It's the best time in their history, in my opinion. I get maybe people are apprehensive about the sharing of the games and then Microsoft kind of going third party, which they kind of are, and they have been kind of have been. I know, Nero. It's just it's just console war bullshit that they're just trying to fucking say out here. But I don't. They like the commitment is there. They just spent the last 5 years like close to $100 billion, and I'm racking my brain over here going, how are you guys now deciding now's the time to jump ship? The best time in history, in my opinion. I don't fucking get y'all, but
they
I don't
just
know.
Want to pay for the games and support the devs, right?
That's, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's odd to me.
For me, it's an ability to see what's happening, and they want to stick to the tried and true.
The old, yes,
and 100%. They're so anti-change that they're going to go here, but eventually PlayStation's going to go there, and people left Xbox to go to PlayStation for the games, but you're going to start seeing a change shift that way. Last gen. You're going to see a change shift again, I think, where you've got people coming. But again, people who are on those platforms, if they want to play an Xbox game like Sea of Thieves, they need an Xbox login for that in order to access that. Like they do with like Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch. You have to log into Xbox to play Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch.
Just like you have to do with Diablo and Battle.net, which I don't like. I get it. I get why people are like, oh, God,
but you've got so many people who have old Xbox accounts that are just going to be using them again because they used to be on Xbox anyway. So, I mean, you're still playing Xbox. You can be on whatever platform you want to be, but you're still playing Xbox. So if you really hate the brand so much, don't play their games.
Yeah, don't play their games. And also this, right? come December, we're going to be sitting here talking about Game Pass. Let's just talk about what we know is going to be in Game Pass in December, right? Stalker 2, Indiana Jones, Avowed, Hellblade 2, and the new Call of Duty. 5
Towerborn 2.
And Towerborn. Like, I'm forgetting so much shit, right? Not even including the showcase we have, the summer showcase we have coming with a plethora of just games again. So it's like, I can't take you serious if you abandon Xbox for whatever reason, when Xbox is the one gaming company right there with Nintendo that's giving you so much value.
That's giving you games. Yeah.
You know, whether it's single player games, live service games, indie games. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's so much content here for you to leave. I just look at you like, bro, you can't be gaming, because the people that's really gaming,
it's weird, dude. It's a weird dichotomy. Like, you're gonna go over to PlayStation so you can wait. Maybe a lot of these games, maybe some of these big hitters do end up going to PlayStation, but you're gonna have to wait a year, maybe 2 before they do. And if you're fine with that, that's you. Do your thing. The only thing I see as a problem for Xbox, and it's been a problem a lot of years, outside of like Hi-Fi Rush being the one that kind of stood out, and what I'm about to say is the beginning of the year, they really got to get the cadence down, because they need one of their 4 AAA bangers. We've talked about that. Aaron Greenberg has talked about that. They need something to come out in the beginning of the year. They do need one of those hits, because they do generally push the second half of the year more than they do the first half. But the argument I always have, it never affects me at all, ever. Why? Because of Game Pass. Like, it never even usually enters my mind that they don't have a first party game in the first quarter of every year, because Game Pass is usually hitting so hard every year that it fucking doesn't affect me at all, because I have way too much to play anyways. But I know a lot of people complain about that, and it'll be like, where are the games from Xbox in the beginning of the year? And to that, on first party front, they're correct. But I think the cadence, I think next year starts that new regime of, once a quarter. I don't think they're going to miss anymore.
I think it's starting, this quarter now? This current quarter that we were going into, because we've got Hellblade 2
Hellblade. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're going to start seeing it. I'm excited for Hellblade 2. Like, I'm going to enjoy it, but I think DD2 is my game of the year for this year. So.
Dude, now, DD2, look, Pal World was mine. It's DD2 now. There's no doubt in my mind. It absolutely took over for game of the year for me. It's your game of the year. I don't know how you're feeling, Nero, right?
My game of the year as well.
Yeah.
I played some great games so
We're
far.
3 for 3. It's
I
crazy to me that all of us.
Avowed delivers. I really hope Avowed. I love Obsidian.
That's what I was thinking, the same thing today.
Studios. So I really hope they come with the heat, and that'd be awesome. Hellblade, I'm sure, will be probably my most, cinematic type of game of the year. Just like a Plague's Tale.
Oh yeah.
As far as just overarching game and how much time I'm gonna spend in said game, because I said it before, I love those short and sweet and to the point experiences to go along with the great RPGs and, ADS, we aim down sights. It's nice to get a break from these shooters and stuff like that. So I think Hellblade will be fantastic. And who knows, maybe Hellblade touch certain parts of our heart where we like, man, we got to give it the edge, so that's going to be
maybe.
I can't wait for that.
You never really know. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of Hellblade 1 because of the puzzles and the gameplay. The story is fantastic, and I like that they're doing stuff that is way out there that no one's touching, that sort of genre. And as a matter of fact, Hellblade's making, Ninja Theory is making another game like that in Project Mara. Very similar, in style, or I should say, in with the issues that the protagonist has. But Sanchez Gaming saying we have enough to play on Game Pass at the moment. Yeah, I got too much. Like, I'm trying to get back to Evil West eventually.
Same, man.
It's too much, bro. Like,
and it's like, man, it's just so.
My backlog has a backlog that has a backlog.
Yeah, same,
exactly.
Man. I just installed Near Replicant. Shout out to the homie Fatebringer. If you come across this, he stands by that game. Very, very, he stand on business when it comes to that game. So I've owned that for a while. I installed that. I kind of went through, like I said, I have ADD, ADHD, man, when it comes to gaming. So it's like the amount of games I uninstall, then install. I literally installed and uninstalled Cyberpunk like 3 times within the last couple of days because I'm 7 achievements away from having 100% completion in Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's gonna be eating at you.
Yeah, man. So it's like, man, I gotta do it, man. I love that game. I love that universe. So it's like, man,
it's a beautiful game.
That's why I love quick resume. It honestly, I'm I just cycle through games because I'm I need something, and then I'm bored of it, and then I go to the next game, and then I get bored of it, and
change.
Just move. Because I think all of us have ADHD, actually.
Yeah. This is why.
I forget Blacksmith Wukong is this year. I keep
I cannot wait for that game. Yeah, good shout out.
Let us know if we're forgetting some. I know it's a stack year, some great games coming. So hey, I mean the Ubisoft game, the Star Wars game. I'm very excited. Yeah, Outlaws. Yeah. I'm very excited.
That looks great.
Oh, God, so much, dude. I don't have enough money for all this shit. Zay saying Dead Island 2. I still haven't finished Dead Island 2. I'm actually stuck right now on that one, but that's game. A fantastic
I'm gonna
game,
play that
dude.
Co-op. I only want to play that co-op, so I'm going to play that co-op.
I love that game. Really there's so much going on. But before we keep talking about Dragon's Dogma, because we definitely can do that forever. Maybe someday we'll have a spoiler cast and just fucking gush, and we'll just have a special episode and just talk about Dragon's Dogma. We do have to talk about what's going on in the world of Xbox. This is an Xbox centric podcast, mostly, obviously, with a little dash of Nintendo.
I thought we were changing our name to DD2.
I mean, we could. We definitely could.
We could.
Oh boy. Phil Spencer. This is from Polygon. Phil Spencer wants Epic Game Store and others on Xbox consoles. I stress that because just last week I got a ration of shit on the Gamers Council for saying I think that the next Xbox handheld should have Steam and possibly other stores on there. And oh boy, did some people not fucking like that. Not that opinion at all. I don't know why. It's weird that you wouldn't like to literally be able to play every game that ever existed and any game that ever will exist. But I got some puppet sock accounts after that podcast calling me stupid, and not even 48 motherfucking hours later did Phil Spencer himself say that's exactly what he wants to do to grow the console market. Xbox will need to be more like a PC. And I don't think there's any problem with that. But so Phil Spencer in an interview during I think it was the GDC during the Game Developers Conference told Polygon about the ways he'd like to break down the walled gardens that have historically limited players to making purchases through the first party stores tied to each console.
That's why I think EA Play is such a great thing, because that was the first thing. Their Ubisoft stores there on Xbox. It's just now getting beyond just the publishers and actually looking at some of these hardware or freaking oh my god, why can't I think of it? I can't think of the word for it, but Epic and Steam, those stores definitely need to come.
I mean, what do you?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Interject anytime, guys. Anything I say.
I'm better at you than Halo. Sorry, is that what you wanted to hear?
Farkey was saying that's why we didn't play Halo that night, because I was dodging you. True story. I was like,
it's not fair of me to try to make these guys play Halo just because I'm late to the show, and I'm like, yo, this show is fucking fire. And some of those scenes make me want to go play Firefight, the PvE, and just.
That's true. We will. Yeah. First of all, FarQ, he asked us to play Firefight, motherfucker. So she might have had to save me a few times if we did play that, but that's we'll see.
I'll just go based off the damage and how many kills I get, and I'm like,
right? Yeah. She's either way, she's gonna shove it in my face, which is fine. I'm definitely not. I'm not the Halo guy. I'm the Fortnite COD guy.
You have to do a quick flap slap when you go to revive someone. Yeah. Before you revive them, you're like, oh, you're dead. Bang up and down.
No teabagging for her, just flap slaps for everybody. I love that. So Spencer was saying, if you consider our history with Windows company, nobody would blink twice if I said, hey, when you're using a PC, you get to decide the type of experience you have by picking where you buy your games. There's real value in that. Spencer believes console players would benefit from that freedom too, and so would console makers like Microsoft. So in this article, though, he is talking mostly, he mentions Epic, the Epic store, and references other stores. The juggernaut is Steam. It's doesn't even fucking come close. If you can get Steam on a future Xbox, whatever, whether it be a handheld or a standalone Xbox Series XXX, where the fuck the next name is going to be called, I don't know. I think that's fantastic. Like, why? I think it scares. I know Sony guys are coming at this shit because they know what that means.
Exactly.
Because that means we can play their games.
Fuck them and their soft-ass console war agendas, right? Because at the end of the day, once again, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bonds and Microsoft as a whole is thinking about gamers first. They are thinking about us. How many options can we give them? They should be able to play the way they want to play. PC Master Race is having a breakdown at this news. The Ponies is having a mental breakdown with this news. I think it's awesome. Please give me more storefronts. Give me as many options as I can. I don't mind Xbox making the Xbox more closer to a PC in certain aspects. I really don't mind that. And, like I said, I would love to sit in front of my Series X and play, that boring ass God of War Ragnarok, on my Xbox. Maybe then I can power through it. You get what I'm saying? Maybe then I can force myself to play it, but it's on its own. I'm not going to go buy a PlayStation to go play those shitty games. But if they are at my fingertips, as the
you might
support the devs. Let me support the devs. You feel what I'm saying?
If they're on sale, Nero, like for $20, you might gander to the other side.
Hey, for $20, I might entertain it a little bit, man.
Where are you gonna go if you can be on a platform which has access to all of these games? Why would you go anywhere else? Why would you go to somewhere else where it's just obviously walled off or gated and you're stuck only playing with what they give you access to? And that's what I think is really key about them doing this and the intent behind it. And I think they will be able to definitely pull it off. I think Steam
so many people
Xbox
are saying
and
that they won't be able to
have a great relationship. They can do it.
Of course they can do it.
They can do it. They
How's the Rogue Ally fucking work?
Company.
Like, I'm just like, they're literally already out there, guys. Like, it's not a stretch for
already
Xbox to make a Rogue Ally. It's already happening.
But it's not even just the handheld. Just think about this beyond the handheld. You got your standard console that can go to the console around there as well. I mean, if you put the console in developer mode anyway, you're still able to go and access a whole heap of games on different platforms that you wouldn't anyway. It's already happening. It's just now we know that that's the intent, and it makes so much sense about why they don't care too much about their games going onto PlayStation, so much so because they know that they're going to get all these games from PlayStation through to Xbox through Steam anyway, or the Epic storefront. It's happening, and I'm excited. There are lots of games that I probably haven't had access to play because I don't really tend to like playing on PC myself with the mouse and keyboard. I like either a handheld or console experience. I know I can play with my controller on PC, but then you've got all these
that's what I do.
Other avenues that you have to deal with. And you're probably
you got all these launchers. You have to update drivers. I mean, look, PC gaming now is a lot easier than it used to be. Especially
it was a nightmare. Your BIOS and that. It used to be,
exactly.
You'd be like, I played this game yesterday and it was working fine. Today it's now not launching, and you're like,
not to say that doesn't happen today, but
that doesn't happen today.
There are some updates that can screw things up and break stuff. But like the update for Dragon DD2 just went, and I got more frames, and it's great, and it's working better than ever, and that's fantastic. But I really hope Phil can pull this off. Obviously, there's going to have to be some deals going on, but like we had last week on the Gamers Council, we had me and Hargy arguing for this and saying, of course they can do it, and everyone's saying no. I mean, to the point where we had Paris Lilly would disagree with us so hard he had to join the show just so he could tell us how wrong we were.
Wrong as in what aspect, though? I'm confused. Like,
listen, he could be right that this hasn't happened yet. We don't really know how this is going to work out. He didn't think he wants it to happen, don't get me wrong, but he just doesn't see Steam doing that because he's like, how does that help Steam? And me and Hargeet's argument was there's always a deal to be made with Microsoft and Steam. There's always, of course, there will be an exchange of money. Steam has to benefit from that. Otherwise, there's no point of them doing it. Same thing with Epic, same thing with every storefront, just like a PC, just like PC, right?
Well, you go to where the gamers are, right? And if and that means if you're Steam and you're only on PC or some handhelds, there's a piece of the market which aren't going to go PC route and they're going to stick to their console side. So how do I make more money? Maybe I open it up a little bit and that little wedge open the door for that. And that's where I think Microsoft's going to come in and go, hey, we do have people who aren't going to be playing on PC who can play these games that you want to play. And I think it's going to diversify the amount of games on Steam, especially indie games that people have never played before.
Right, yep.
Like PlayStation gamers definitely need it because they are stagnating on these story-driven dad simulator games that they've been living through. And they've kind of lost what it means to be a gamer. Like they look at games and they're like, unless the graphics are amazing, this game is shit. And I'm like, that is not what gaming is about. I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2, going to keep talking about this for the rest of my life. Elden Ring, they're not the most visually impressive games.
Yeah, the resolution, they're a little soft looking. They're a little soft looking.
And it comes to some of the technical stuff around, you've got your FSR, the DLSS, and all of that coming through. And so you can see the quality and the pixels reduce. But the gameplay loop is where it's going.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to get you. And gameplay is king in comparison to how a game looks. Like you look at Vampire Survivors in that regard.
Exactly.
Gameplay loop was freaking addictive.
Yes.
But it was just a flat 2D pixelated budget looking ass game. But
100%.
People played that game. I've got so many hours on that game. It's not even funny. I love that game, but it just goes to show like people were trashing on it because of how it looked. And that's the whole, you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't do this. You can't do that. And the gamers have forgotten I feel like a very particular part of the community has forgotten what it actually means to be a gamer. We came up through games that didn't look like they were these masterpiece, $300 million games.
Some of the best games of all time, Skyrim,
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, gameplay is king, and the most people who complain about Elden Ring and Dragon's Dogma, you got people trying to downplay Dragon's Dogma just because Rise of Ronin looked like pure shit, and that just goes to show that even though Rise of Ronin looked like pure shit, if the gameplay is king in that game, you shouldn't be bringing and bitching about other games, graphics, and this, that, and the third. Gameplay is always going to win out. And when you add gameplay, world building, storytelling, all of that into one package, it's king.
Absolutely.
Has good gameplay from my understanding. The issue with that is that some of the things in that game actually take you out of the immersion, and you start like the way that horse moves, that would distract me with my ADHD, and I'd be like, I can't focus on the gameplay, get off the horse and play something. That would distract me. And it's those sort of things, like unless they get certain things right. So there's little quality, like there's a scene in Dragon's Dogma 2 where it's like facial animations are like around them talking, and I was like, that's distracted me on the whole scene. But again, I'm not playing it for the scene. As soon as that scene's over, I'm into the gameplay, and the gameplay isn't distracting at all. If anything, that's so fantastic.
That's a strength, in my opinion.
Yeah, all the
gameplay over graphics every time. G over G, gameplay over graphics every fucking time.
Yep.
And I agree with you. I'm glad you brought up Vampire Survivors, because every time we talk about this subject, like in other podcasts, that's usually what I bring up. I'm just like, Vampire Survivors, hello. Like it was a hit.
I mean, Power World.
Power World. It's a great, my other game of the year this year, Power World, is it exactly the same argument. Exactly. That's not like a very visually appealing game. Artistic wise, maybe, yes, that's art direction versus resolution, right? But
color palette's pretty good.
Yeah, I think the other argument people had about this whole Steam and the stores and Epic going to the future Xbox handheld is people actually said, PC players aren't going to buy that thing. They have a PC. Why the hell would they bother with that? And thank you, Panda. That's exactly what I said. I said, then why the fuck did the Steam Deck, who literally was built to just be a Steam machine, why did that sell like hotcakes?
Yep.
How the fuck you are? How would you say? No, of course they had nothing. Then they're like, well, okay, well, that's a good point.
I mean, everyone saw what Nintendo did with the Switch when it was connected to the TV. It was just standard console. You got more performance out of it, and then you took it away and you had a handheld, and that thing is like on fire. That console is absolutely amazing. How well that console is doing. It's just steamrolling through, and then they released the OLED version, and I can't wait to see what Switch 2.0 looks like, because they need to stick with that handheld experience plus the console experience, because that hybrid model, so perfect.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to everyone who is here right now. We got about 69 people watching. I was like, I looked at the number and I was like, please change, but it 67 now that I made a perverted joke, so it went down a little bit. Thank you. Watching us right now, appreciate you guys. Definitely Twitter holding it down tonight. We got to talk about this whole thing about devs allegedly pondering the point of Sony's PlayStation 5 Pro upgrade. Apparently, many feel that they're not making the most out of the PS5 yet, which is not really up for discussion.
Week? Or the week before? Weren't we talking about this?
Did we?
Yeah,
okay.
No. We made the comment that they're not taking advantage of it.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
And now the developers are coming out and saying the same thing. Sorry, continue, Rhetri.
Yeah, no. I'm glad. No, thank you for bringing that up. We did say that it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me if Xbox were to do it. I'd be saying the same thing. But we got guys like XVault out here making fucking videos of the shit that we're saying because he's got nothing better to do.
Our number one fan.
Yeah, our number one guy. Thank you.
Your
Xbox
only fan.
Yeah, her only fan. Yeah, I'll show you my feet later, Xvault, you fucking weirdo. There have been two big stories on the ground at GDC this year. One of them from Chris Dring. I'm not a fan of this guy, by the way, but let's get that out of the way. Xbox's flatlining brands. I don't necessarily agree with that. And the purpose of the PS5 Pro. Speaking as part of a podcast, GameIndustry.biz, which is hilarious because it was just Game Industry interviewing a guy from Game Industry. Fucking Christ. Okay. Anyways, well-connected reporter, this says, Christopher Wright Dring noted that he didn't meet a single person at the show that understood the point of Sony's mid-gen upgrade, which is rumored to release later this year. He clarified that he expects PS fans to upgrade to hardcore, always will, unless there are inherent advantages for Sony. But game makers are struggling to get excited about the system. Developers don't really seem to feel they need it, because they don't. At least the ones I spoke to, he says, many feel they're not really making the most out of the PS5 in the first place. So there you go. Straight from Chris. You could believe it or not, because Chris is definitely kind of on this. He's kind of a pony, in my opinion.
He was probably surprised by this comment, to be honest.
Yeah, he goes out of his way to shit on Xbox a lot, so much so that he's got nothing to do with VGC, and even commented on fucking VGC shitting on Xbox the other day. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was basically trashing on Xbox as he usually does. But it's just another thing, man. I don't think the PS5 Pro should exist. I don't think it's going to sell well, because these Pro, consoles usually don't sell that well. The only reason PS4 Pro did halfway decent was because it was 4K at that time. It was just the time.
Dynamic 4K. Can we be honest? It was dynamic
that's right.
4K.
I just want to point out
wrong.
that the PS5 currently is tracking about just shy of under 5 million consoles behind the PS4 for the same amount of months comparison. So PS5, but that's in Europe, I believe, specifically, is about 18 million when the PS4 was about at 24 million in the same amount of time. So PlayStation is seeing a dip in sales as well. And then in the US, this is kind of news that just came out from VG charts. They're pretty accurate.
This, wasn't it?
So the PS5 and Series X sales in the US after 40 months. This is new news, by the way. It came out recently. The PS5 is at 19.48 million, and the Series X is at 14.02 million. Now, what all the Xbox tax, the corrupt media, these bullshit talking pieces that these ponies have, you would think that Sony is at 30 million in the US, right? And at 30 million overseas in the UK as well. This just goes to show that Microsoft is ahead of the curve and see that console sales are potentially slowing down as it becomes more and more places for people to buy and play these games, you know, different screens on phones. And so
mobile. Yeah.
I say all that to say, you know, it's funny. I agree with these devs that the PS5 Pro is not needed, and they saying that they barely took advantage of the PS5. And I have to say, if I'm Sony, I'm gonna look at them and say, who fucking fault is that y'all not taking advantage of what we put in these consoles?
I love that. I honestly look, I shit on Sony sometimes. I don't like their practices, but Nero brings up a fantastic fucking point. At the end of the day, the devs need to look in the goddamn mirror because the same exact, I completely agree with you. They're not taking advantage of the PS5. They're not taking advantage of the Xbox Series X. They're not even taking advantage of the Series S.
Exactly.
How do we know that? Because Larian needed fucking help. That's how we know that. A week later, all of a sudden, they tripped over a bunch of VRAM.
The guy, the Larian guy, he had a lot of little slick shit to say about
I saw
in these layoffs, which is funny because it's also some breaking news I seen J-Rock. Shout out J-Rock. I just seen he posted that Nintendo is also considering laying people off. So it's an industry-wide problem. Nobody can avoid it. You know, you can say that somebody should go this way, that way, or the third about it, but let's just be honest. It's no company is being able to avoid these layoffs. Yes,
nobody.
It's unfortunate, but it's unfortunate for the whole industry. It's not just unfortunate for Microsoft. No matter how much money their network is, at the end of the day, a business is a business. What business do not want to be profitable?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sony wants to be profitable. That's why I say shout out to Jim Ryan because he tried to tell. Y'all gonna miss Jim Ryan, man. You guys are gonna miss him. You don't get Listen, you don't get a Helldivers 2 without Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan made that push for you ungrateful sons of guns to have multiplayer games. And what did you single player pussies do? You turned around and celebrated the man getting fired. And you guys is gonna regret that down the line, man. It's looking real tough out here. The PS5 is selling worse than what the PS4 is, you know, but everybody want to just focus on Xbox, right? Everybody just
always.
This is what I mean with the Xbox tax. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody just want to focus on Microsoft to try to detour from the entire industry suffering. They like, man, if we can just focus on Microsoft wrongdoings, maybe we can ignore the rest of the gaming industry being on fire.
It's a look at this, look at over here, look at over here. Don't pay attention to the fucking sinking ship that is losing games, losing studios, getting rid of people left and right. They're doing all the things that anytime Xbox does, there's a million articles made about that, and everyone ignores it when it happens on the PlayStation side, just because they sold more consoles. It's fucking stupid. It makes absolutely no sense. And shout out to my brother, Adidas 20. What's up? We're going. Yeah, go ahead.
The attachment rate, though, for their games to software, obviously they're making a loss on the consoles. They are because they put the prices back up. But like the attachment rate for the software isn't where it needs to be. So you can sell till you're blue in the face.
Right.
There are only specific games that are making money back. And,
right.
So I think I agree 100% with the developers who have said that the PS5 Pro is an unnecessary upgrade. We talked about it the other week. A lot of these developers aren't getting the most out of the hardware because they're not optimizing properly. And I know that both PlayStation and Xbox can send teams out to these companies, whether or not they're going to, depending on what the relationship is with them.
Right.
But the engines that some of these companies are using, these game devs are using, are also not set up to take advantage of the hardware.
That's a great point.
That's a massive thing. Anytime you get new features coming through, it takes a while, for the game engines to catch up. There's no, hey, we want to do this. Do you want to build this into your game engine now? So when it goes live with the hardware, you are the first one releasing this and it's available day one. But they're not doing that. It's hardware and then it's the engines playing catch up. And so we're not seeing that.
Very good point.
And in my perspective, as a result, the devs are saying that they don't think a Pro is needed because they aren't yet getting all that they can out of Smart Shift on the PS5 right now is where they could eke a little bit more performance out of the CPU if they need it, or if they're going to cap a game at 30, push it back the other way and go for the 10.28 teraflops on the GPU side, and then push the graphics a little bit more, or the physics system a little bit more, or something else, or the ray tracing. And so it's not necessary. And that goes the same with Xbox. Xbox does not need a Pro version this generation. No, that's the line. This was the Pro version. What they need is next gen, and that's where you want to see the advancements. PS5 Pro, no. PS6 is where you want to see those advancements. You don't want to be doing it mid-gen at all. Economic climate, look at the economic climate. People aren't buying games the way they used to. Right? This is why consoles are stagnating. At this point, they can't afford. You've got people still playing on the Xbox One and the PS4 because they can't afford to upgrade at this point. And that thing I like about the Xbox is the cloud side of it, is if you can't upgrade, you could still play this game via the cloud on last-gen hardware.
Yeah. Very true.
I will say that I like Microsoft's more focused approach to consoles that nobody is pointing out, right? Because here you have Sony putting out a bunch of niche bullshit. You got PSVR 2, very bullshit. Don't sell. Games is flopping. Games is getting canceled for the PSVR 2. If you wasted your money on that, I feel bad for you. I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
Now, you got the PlayStation Portal. The PlayStation Portal, another piece of shit, watered down device. So over here on Microsoft's side, they're not putting out bullshit, wasted resources on VR. They're not putting out bullshit, half-baked handsets, so handhelds, So I like the more focused approach, because now it's like if they do put a handheld, you can focus all on that handheld, the same way you focused all on the Series X and S. And, I am frustrated with a lot of these devs being lazy. And I guess last week, that's why I was kind of so defensive of Dragon's Dogma 2 and Capcom, because it's like, the RE engine is a very great engine. Even with the complaints people have with Dragon Dogma, that game is beautiful. The Ray Trace GI, that's actually the most next-gen things we can get is GI, Global Illumination. You feel me? You got it in first-party Xbox games with Starfield.
Yep.
You got it with Metro Exodus. It was patched in with Metro Exodus. It looks like an entirely new game. So, you turn around and you look at these Sony first-party games, what games besides the fucking Spider-Mans and Ratchet and Clanks is taking advantage of really great global illumination lighting, really good ray trace reflection. And I want to give, I'm sorry, I just want to give Sony some flowers, because it's an Xbox podcast centric, right? And I shit on them a lot, right? It's a leak. It's a leak, right? Hey, Panda, just it's a leak, right? Where they said they are going to put requirements from devs to earn that PS5 Pro enhanced title. And I love that for them. I love that for them. Don't fucking come saying this shit is PS5 enhanced when it's not doing shit. And I think even Sony and Microsoft both should be a little frustrated by the way a lot of these games are coming out and performing on both platforms, because the PS4 and the Xbox One, yes, they was underpowered day one when they released. The Series X and PS5 and even the S is very capable machines. It is very capable hardware in there. So it really falls back on these devs being lazy. And,
the tech that they put in them was designed to allow a little bit more of longevity, so they didn't need to do a Pro version.
Exactly.
Right? They definitely looked at how they could do that. PlayStation definitely looked at how they could do that. My issue with the PS5 Pro is the fact that they aren't iteratively slightly improving, from my understanding, the CPU. Like, you look at the Xbox One X. Yes, it was the same. It was a Jaguar Core CPU, but they actually increased the frequency of that CPU just so they could eke a little bit more out of that for the computational power. And then they leveraged that with the GPU that they definitely pushed up in comparison, because it was like 1.38 teraflops or something, and then it went to 6 teraflops on that system. But the PS4 Pro didn't do anything with the CPU on the Jaguar cores at all, or slightly push a little bit more performance out of it, because obviously, but all they did was push the GPU to 4.2 teraflops. And so with them looking at that and doing the same thing on the PS5 Pro kind of annoys me. But again, they're both CPUs on both the Series X and the PS5 have an ability with the multi-threading to adjust and get more performance out of the CPUs, because what was the difference? It was like 3.4 and 3.6 or something, or 3.6 and 3.8 or something. It was something like that. And obviously one was for the standard way that the games had been created for last gen to cross gen, and then we hadn't seen the multi-threading being used on the CPUs for current gen, because they said that that would only be happening with games made natively on the new system that didn't have to go backwards for the backwards compatibility on the cross-gen stuff. So we're still kind of in that territory there where we're not seeing the performance games that you usually would see. FSR 3 is not released for console yet,
not yet,
which is really important. You'll get that performance
and
game.
it could possibly be skipping the PS5. And,
yeah,
PS5 games don't really work too well with FSR, and that's why the PS5 Pro is going to have their. I'm all excited. I'm all about new technology. No matter if I'm an Xbox,
sure, me too.
I'm excited for potential PS5 Pro, and I really hope that they do put things in there to get games running even better. And I say that because I think we all kind of agree that Xbox should and possibly is skipping a mid-gen refresh, which I think is very smart.
I think
so if they do that. Go based off of what the PS5 Pro is, then go based off of what jump they're gonna make from the PS5 Pro to the PS 6, and just go all out, man. Like really, really go full on next gen. Sarah Bonds already said the biggest leap in console history. Just go all in, man. And people joke about the Sony sales and the Xbox sales and numbers and this, that, and the third, but man, just be grateful that at least one of these companies has already confirmed another next-gen console. As a console-centric gamer, I sleep better at night knowing another next-gen Xbox another generation is confirmed.
Well, absolutely.
I would agree with you there. I mean, I think that the technology in the current systems is vital to seeing what they can push in next-gen as well. But we're still lagging behind on what the devs are doing in that front. There's no
to be fair, though, I know Nero keeps talking. I do want to clarify. I don't want to speak for Nero, but sometimes I worry that we saying the devs are lazy. I actually think it's not the devs themselves, because in my opinion, I think every dev would like to work on a game even longer. I think it's the fucking higher ups. I think it's the financial guys. I think it's the guys who are pushing out these games too soon before these developers can actually get their hands. Cyberpunk's a great example of being shoved out there too soon to appease the board, to appease their stock. Last of Us is another great example. I think we have plenty of examples, because I actually think the developers, because if you're making games, if you're actually a coder, dude, I think you're passionate about that shit. I know it's a 9-to-5 job, but I think you know what I'm saying, Nero? Like, I think
first of all, like, big respect to every dev. Let's start.
I just want to get that out there. 100%.
You look at the Coalition, right? And what work they've been doing with Epic on Unreal Engine 5, and the way they were working around, because they know Unreal Engine so well, and all the feedback that they've been giving, the improvement, upgrades, the optimization things. There's lots of devs who are coming into new engines because their other engine isn't taking advantage of the hardware as well as it should be. And they've got a lot of learning to do. They don't necessarily have the subject matter experts in that space to teach them how to get the most out of it, unless they hire someone who's kind of worked with that before, especially when you're moving from engine to engine. Like different coding, 100% there's going to be instances where you're going to have to spend more time with it. You deliver the product you deliver, and then you've got constant patching and constant upgrades, and that's where I feel like Dragon's Dogma is kind of in that space with the fact that PC isn't where it should be. Definitely needs more optimization. There's more work to be done in that. So console, definitely 100% more work to be done in that. The game that they delivered is great, but there's definitely if it maybe a few more months would have just been a little bit more of like that icing cherry on top in that respect. But yeah, we're going to see constant iterative updates. Look how long it took Cyberpunk to get to the state it's in today. How many years? And they're moving
a long
off their
time, but I don't want to give them
anyway.
But I don't want to give them an excuse. Like the thing is at the end of the day, we are consumers. So I don't
deliver a product like that. No, you can't.
You cannot do it.
That pisses me off because the industry as a whole does not give flowers to games that do get launched in flawless and beautiful state. Like, you can have your complaints about Starfield, but that is by far one of the not only most polished Bethesda games, but one of the most polished AAA games to drop this generation, period. You can say the same thing about Ghost of Tsushima. Hi-Fi Rush. Yes. You understand what I'm saying? Those games are not fucking sequels or remakes.
You look at Nintendo though, when they usually deliver a game on one of their tentpole franchises, they do not deliver that buggy as hell.
I don't hear about. I almost never hear about bugs from Nintendo. That's a great
point. Some Pokemon games, but for the most part, like a Mario or Zelda game, you're never seeing it having an issue because they will be like holding that game and they're like, we need a further. This game has to hit. And you don't want to piss off that community because that community is millions and millions of people strong, and they will just eat you up. And that's what I feel like outside of Nintendo, a lot of these publishers who are like, yes, we're the ones funding this. We want this out. We've got people that we have to sort of go back to and report to, and they want to make money back. You are actually causing more problems than ever by delivering a product that is completely undercooked. And that means gamers are going to be asking for refunds. And at that point, you're basically just lost a whole market because are they going to go back and play the game again? Unless there's a really good reason to. There are some games I've never looked back at because I was so unhappy with the state it launched in. I was like, all right, I'm never going to touch you again. I don't care what you do to fix it.
Yes, Panda.
As far as I'm concerned, you've sullied the waters.
Definitely.
Yes. Yeah. See, that's why we are all like Panda, because you fucked up when you came out the gate. I don't give a lot of second chances. I have 1,000 other games I can play, so I can move on with my life. So if you come out the gate, Cyberpunk is lucky as shit I even played that game, to be honest with you, because I almost didn't play it out of principle, out of like saying, you don't deserve my money, but I folded like a lawn chair because I'm a bitch, but that's fine. Umbro, what's going on, brother? He says, what's up, Rhetri, Panda, and Nero? Appreciate you, man. I love this. That's why I was laughing when you were talking, Panda, because I saw Lyric's fucking thing. He said they better not have bugs.
Hey, Lyric ain't never lied. Hey, that's facts right there, yo.
He's right.
But look, I want to double down on my point about polished games, right? No matter if it's from let's talking about polish. Talking about polish. Oh, how have the mighty fallen from grace? Whatever that saying is. Spider-Man too much buggy as fuck. People fucking swinging around in socks and ice
cube.
The cube.
But ice cubes and shit like that.
They need to put that in the next game as an Easter egg, like just to troll people.
They really should.
It should be an actual too. But my whole thing is, you got people seeing that Rise of Ronin way before it launched. Looks like a fucking PS3 Pro game, right? If that thing was to exist. That's what it looked like. It looked like a hybrid between it don't look like a PS4 game. It looked like a hybrid between a PS4 and a PS3 game. But you have the media and even all these YouTubers trying to be so nonchalant about pointing out that this $70 game funded by, Team Ninja and PlayStation Publishing, all that shit is looking like a fucking last generation game. They try to be so friendly and casual with certain games, right? It's no reason why Rise of Ronin should not have gotten the same heat that other games like Immortals and Avium has gotten, which I think is a piece of shit game, right? It's no reason why.
Starfield.
Personally, I'm more of a, I love graphics. I'm a graphic whore. Yes, right. That's why I got the most powerful.
I mean, everybody does. You know, graphics are nice.
Exactly.
It's nice to look at pretty things.
It's a nice to have, not a necessary thing to have.
And it's
you know
really
what I mean?
nice when your console got full RDNA 2. You know, not RDNA.
At one point, who gives a shit?
When you got hardware supported variable rate shading and VRR.
Don't downplay their magical cancer saving SSD over there. Don't downplay that. That gives you extra 2 teraflops.
I say all of this to say Bradfall looks better than fucking Rise of Ronin in its current state. That's just me personally. That art style in Redfall and the lighting in Redfall is fucking fire.
Don't know if I can
Weird
disagree
thing about
with that.
Ronin is sometimes it looks good and then you turn around and then other times it looks bad and you're like
the first, I'm telling you, we got duped. I was excited for Ronin. The first showing of it looks fucking nothing like what it looks like right now. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if it was in-game engine or in-game like movie or what the fuck I saw. The first time I saw Ronin, it looked fantastic. And after that, it looked like doo-doo. And I was just like, what is happening over at Team Ninja? That game should have been a $40, $50 game in my opinion.
Definitely.
That game should have just been slapping like the opportunity for the gameplay after people played Ghost of Tsushima, you were just expecting something absolutely outstanding, knowing that Team Ninja had done it because of the games, because they're
so good.
Yeah, because of their pedigree and what games they've delivered in the past. And the gameplay at least.
And this is why I'm pro Game Pass and pro even Sony putting certain games into their subscription day one, because it's like,
sure,
who the fuck is about to go buy Rise of Ronin over in Dragon's Dogma except for these fake ass
put demos
we called
out.
it,
right?
Oh wait,
they charge for demos on PlayStation. So
we said DD2 was gonna stomp Rise of Ronin, and here we are.
And also DD2 is also outselling Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in Europe.
Yeah.
In Europe, yeah, very good point.
So
it's
I mean, to be honest, I'm only here because I love you guys. Like, if I wasn't here, I'd be on that game.
Shit, we all would.
Oh yeah, me too. Shit.
We all would be playing that.
Hey, everybody better listen. The game's listen.
I feel like I've got the shakes for this game. I'm like in the drawer right now.
In the corner.
Chat.
I gotta play DD2.
Hey, listen, basically. Let me tell y'all something, chat. Let me tell all our supporters, and first of all, fucking thanks to everybody in here. 86 viewers, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for liking. I want y'all to know we do this because we love y'all and we love the passion. Like when great games drop, like a Vow that's gonna drop, a Hellblade, a Dragon's Dogma 2. We're coming in here on a Saturday night to spend time with y'all because we love y'all, not because we're profitable. Definitely not profitable yet. This is for the love.
No,
this is for the joy. You understand what I'm saying? We got dickhead ponies with they lame ass channels trying to make reaction videos to us. Like, are you not entertained?
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? We are real gamers at the end of the day. So us making time to do podcasts, shout out to Umbra, shout out to some of the other podcasters in the community that we mentioned that we rock with and support.
Yeah.
That's for the love of gaming, man. And that's really dope because like Panda said, we could definitely be here playing Dragon's Dogma, the game of the generation, but we're here talking about it with you guys. And that just goes to show me personally, I know I can speak for the whole panel, but I just want to say I appreciate everybody that come out here to support us, that listen to us, that view in, whether you listen to us live Saturday night or you listen Monday morning on your way home or on your way to work. Nero appreciates you. Panda appreciates you. Rhetri appreciates you.
100%
versus the world. And
that's right, baby.
I'm not playing shit else, dude.
You're like, you need to play. No, he doesn't.
Now, look, let me tell you, these guys are fucking dickheads. Listen,
I'm already 77 hours into Dragon's Dogma 2.
I don't know. I don't know how many hours. Yeah,
I'm like, I could like, I've got the next few days off, so I'm gonna be like,
oh man.
Facts, man. And I will say, I tried playing something else. I tried playing Mass Effect Andromeda because I want to go through the trilogy and beat each game on Legendary. But I said, before I can do that, I might as well commit to Andromeda to see the quote-unquote worst, which I agree, it is the worst so far of the trilogy by far. I don't even know why I said so. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Mass Effect fan, so I don't even know why. But as a standalone game, it's still a good sci-fi space exploration game, and I am enjoying it right now. But I was getting hell in a party yesterday. Fucking Lyric, fucking Reese in a party talking about
you shit.
Are we really gonna let him get away with this fucking Andromeda bullshit? Because I'm just sitting there like, yo, this game looks good for its time and for what it's doing. It looks good, and I got so much flack yesterday, and that was hilarious. So I mean, I am trying to game and play other things, but that game is so amazing. Man.
It's hard.
I tried Halo. I did a few games on Halo with Pete, and we're like, Dogma time. And we go straight back into it. Yeah. And it's so interesting. Like this many hours into the game, and Pete's like, I'm still finding new things out about this game, and I'm like, yes, you know it's a good game. And I'm like, I'm still finding new things out for myself that are different from the last game. But it's just honestly, all I care about is that game right now.
I know. I just checked. I'm about 50 hours in, and I've only used like 3 vocations. Like sometimes I stick with my character too long. Yeah, so I got to switch it up. But it's so addicting, man. Like the gameplay loop, it's good. Like, look, you don't have to believe us. You don't even have to like the game. I know there's plenty of people out there who don't like Dragon's Dogma 2, and that's fine. I am still amazed that all 3 of us are like Game of the Year. I didn't think that was going to happen, to be honest with you. Like this wasn't planned. Like
I'm at 62 hours and 14 minutes.
The last time my love of playing the first game, I had so many hopes, and that's what my biggest concern was, it not living up to the first game.
Right, to the hype, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like 10 years ago, right? That was a while ago.
It came out on the PS3, Xbox 360, and then they relaunched it on the Xbox One and PS4. But I was so worried about it not living up to the hype. But they hit it, and then they went above and excess of it. So much
I'm just
fun.
happy I have another RPG in, to look forward to in the future. In my head, I'm playing the game going, man, I can't wait till the next one. Like, I'm not shitting you. I'm like,
I think with the next one that they really need to do, this is my biggest thing, is like when you're offline, like you don't want to play with other people, use their pawns. But the next thing they need to do is go in and enable you to jump into other people's games as your character.
Yes.
That's what they need to do next time.
Make it happen.
Yeah, because I would love to jump in and go through the world, and like you have all these shared experiences together.
Guys, this is not fucking Dragon's Dogma podcast. Like
I know. I am gonna move on.
I only said that. No. Before you move
What's the next topic?
I only said that to double down, guys. I just want to say, can we just thank Capcom for the fucking geniuses they are,
Capcom,
for the best devs currently in gaming, debatably, arguably. Like, yo, I love Capcom, man, and this RE engine.
That's
so fucking flexible, yo. Like, go play I'm sorry, but go play Resident Evil 4, and then go play Dragon's Dogma, and then go play Devil May Cry 5, and then even go play something like Exoprimal, and think to yourself, this is all the same fucking engine. And then go play them fucking shitty ass half-baked UE5 games they've been given to us all generation, and then you will sit back and appreciate Capcom for the geniuses they are. Thank you.
I do agree with Capcom. I know I've been on a lot of podcasts. I know this. I know the talk of Xbox's next acquisition is all around Sega, but my darling, if we go to Japan, I want Capcom over Sega. I know it's probably going to be Sega just because of the relationship, and it ticks too many boxes, but that's who I wanted. I wanted Capcom 100%.
It's definitely Capcom 100%, but Sega definitely is nothing that's like
nothing to sneeze at either. I'll take either one. But all right, let's move on to the next subject, and that is what is the next subject? Oh, okay. So not the greatest of, kind of good news and bad news at the same time. Embracer is selling Borderlands developer Gearbox to Take-Two. So that's good news in my opinion. I know some people spun this right away. There was some layoffs right after this happened because that's what always happens. Exactly. But you know what's much better? 100% of them not losing their jobs, because that's what happened to all the other Embracer studios that went
logic on these people, Rhetri. Don't use logic on them.
It's like, come on, like how you within fucking minutes of this going out. I can't remember who did it. I would like to call out who did it, but I can't remember. And they were already. It might have been Insider Gaming. I'm pretty sure they put out something saying, "Oh, people were already losing their jobs." Like, yeah, dude, but the whole fucking studio was going to disappear. That was the other option. You fucking numbnuts. Like, good. I'm glad. Take-Two saved these guys because Borderlands is a cool property, and I'm glad that Gearbox still fucking exist. And I was hoping that Microsoft was going to get them just in case, when we heard months ago that Embracer, might say, see you later to another fucking dev. I would take
want them
Borderlands.
To get Crystal Dynamics.
Well, yeah, I would rather have that. If I have a choice, I'm going Crystal. I'm going Crystal.
Because they're working on Zero Dark 30. What is it? Zero Dark 30. What is fucking
Perfect Dark?
Perfect Dark. Zero Dark 30. That's a movie.
Yes,
Perfect Dark.
I was with you.
Perfect Dark. They're working on that with the Initiative. So
yeah,
that is true. That is very true.
Very good studio.
About that game. There's so many great games in the work, and I would recommend this to chat. Like if you're ever bored, or you just as an Xbox fan, go back and watch those summer showcases from 2 to 3 years ago, and look at all the games that was announced that have yet to been updated or even given release dates. Like it's so many games in the pipeline that's still to come. It's a beautiful thing, and I will say this. I agree with Panda. I hope they do get Crystal Dynamics, but I kind of make faces when these, whether it's Sony or whether it's 2K, when these publishers and when they pick up these games and these studios, what they spent about 200 something million for
this one was this was 460 for
okay. Yeah. And see, Microsoft could easily do that. And I know what people are going to say, oh, they don't need to buy everything. They don't need to buy. I agree. They don't need to buy everything. But also, when you do buy shit, you don't have to keep going big or go home. I'm thankful for Bethesda. I'm thankful for fucking Activision. Now, let's grab some smaller shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because Borderlands, I'm not going to lie. I love Borderlands, the franchise. I do. I got a love-hate. Not even a love. I got a hate decent relationship with Borderlands 3. It was extremely cringe for me. But at the core, it's still a solid game. It's still a good game. It's just, a little cringe. But those smaller games and these smaller studios, I would love for Microsoft. And even if you just do deals with them, like if you're not going to full out purchase Sega, make some type of partnership where all their games come to Game Pass day one, but they still have this freedom. Kind of like with what they did with Toys for Bob, letting them go and then still working out a deal with them. You don't have to be the big bad guy that come purchase, every huge publisher, because I'm sorry, I would love for Microsoft to get a tech lane. I would love for them to get, smaller studios that's not worth as much, and salute the 2K. I think it's good, anytime any of these companies can grab anything from Embracer and stop them from, like you said, getting 100% laid off and fired. That's a W, man. And
definitely a W.
Being the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff in this instance, that's what they really are doing.
Yeah. Yep. And 2K put out good games. They publish good games, besides the obvious NBA and GTA. I'm a huge fan of the Mafia trilogy.
Yeah, Mafia series.
Mafia
very
4
good.
was confirmed to be
you said 2K. This is Take-Two, right?
Take-Two.
That's what I meant. Take-Two. But isn't that all under Take-Two, right? Just to be clear, the Rockstar is under Take-Two.
Yeah, Rock.
Are they?
Yeah.
Rockstar. Oh, they are. I have no idea. Don't ask me.
Yep. So yeah, that's good news. I'm happy that they did that, and I'm actually excited for Borderlands 4. Right, see where that goes.
Yeah, it does say so. Embracer announced that Take-Two will acquire full ownership over Borderlands, which includes Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which I still haven't played. I heard that was pretty good. They get Homeworld, Risk of Rain, Brothers in Arms, and the Duke Nukem franchise in the deal. And it's supposed to be finalized by June of this year. So that's good. On the Embracer side, they are keeping, they're retaining several assets, including Gearbox Publishing, San Francisco, which was renamed, Cryptic Studios, Lost Boys Interactive, the Remnant franchise. That's one I would have really liked to see go to Take-Two. Remnant is a pretty awesome franchise. So it's still under Embracer, unfortunately. They get Hyper Lightbreaker and some notable unannounced game releases.
Well,
whatever the fuck those are going to be.
A new IP that hasn't been announced, from my understanding. So at least one new IP that's already
as part of this.
As part of this, as well.
Cool.
So
good.
They are getting something out of it, which is really, really good. But honestly, I agree 100%. If you're going to look at this, we're looking at industry-wide layoffs everywhere. Nintendo's even falling into that realm as well.
Right.
And they had been holding the line for the most part. But now they're doing layoffs. We're just the economy is just down at the moment, and so people aren't spending. If people were spending, and I guess we know that they overhired because of the amount of traffic coming through.
I did want to say that it's evening off more than anything. I think because it was an insane amount of hiring.
The back end of COVID with everyone staying at home. So what were they going to do? They're going to play video games, and as a result, people went back to work. There's not as many people playing video games, but there's also people who just, economically speaking, can't afford the way they used to. Like, I'm currently in a bit of a tight spot because I'm paying for my cat's health bills. My interest rates went up on my mortgage, so I'm paying more to my mortgage. I have a lot less of just money that I can just spend with whatever I want, disposable income, as a result. So I'm being a bit more prudent with my spending, and that's why Game Pass is a great feature for me, because I can then still play as many games as I want to play and keep that up, but I'm not spending as much. It's a fraction of the price I'm spending in comparison. And so these devs, kudos to them, they're still around, they haven't been squashed, and that's the really important thing. It's like, you look at Activision Blizzard acquisition of under Microsoft, and yes, they laid off quite a few people, and that that's not what they want to do because they know sort of what that happens, but they are a business at the end of the day. The other side of it is they didn't close all these studios. They're still around. Yes, some people lost their jobs, but not everyone lost their jobs, and that's the main thing there. And so for context with ABK too, Activision was one of the most guilty of overhiring, so much so that during COVID they got another 6,000 people. And I looked up this. I got all their numbers. I know exactly when they hired, how many people, and what year they did it. So that is like 22,000 or something.
Insane. They hit the last number we know for sure. They hit about 17,000.
17,000.
Yeah. Before COVID, they were like it was like between 9 and 12. And we have those numbers. We know that because they had to actually show that to the government. So it's not up for debate. And that wasn't Microsoft hiring. That was Activision. That was Bobby doing that stuff. So there had to be some sort of adjustment here.
I mean, you look at Toys for Bob that went independent. They had layoffs. Better them go independent than completely be gone forever.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we got Sega as part of this story too. We got Sega Europe laying off 240 workers, selling off the company of Heroes developer Relic. So Relic is another case here. This is why it's so interesting, where we're seeing like almost like an opposite of all these people, all these issues that are happening in the industry. Where at least now we're seeing some good stories come out of this, where not everybody, the studios themselves, are going under, because there's a lot of talented people here. Can you imagine if the studio who made Borderlands, whether you like Borderlands or not, I think you have to recognize the talent at the studio, that it just fucking disappears, that it just goes away forever. I'm
still upset about Lion Studios being gone.
Me too.
The original developers of Fable, honestly, breaks my heart.
It's that could be the other side of it. So you got Sega laying off a bunch of people in Europe at the exact same time. Funny enough, Sega in America just ratified their union contract protecting 150 employees in the US. So just saying, like, when I told, we tried to spread this on as many podcasts as possible, fucking unionize, because this is a scary business to be in. Definitely. If you were a developer, man. Fucking unionize.
Yo, Reese, what the fuck do you mean Sonic Frontiers? Are you trying to be funny, dude? That's a great game. All right, no Sonic slander. No Sonic slander. Shout out to my brother Everborn. No Sonic slander will be tolerated out here, bud. All right, pal. It's a great game. Stop hating.
Let's move on to a fun subject. I know we just talked about layoffs, but the good side of this is that all these studios survive. So I'm happy to see that. But let's go to this real quick. I'm going to switch to I think it's on the YouTube side. Let me see if that's correct.
Yo, no Sonic hate. Yo.
No Sonic hate over here.
Cut it out, chat.
Yeah, you say him. Yeah, you gotta watch out. You talk too much shit about Sonic, you're gonna have Everborn up in here. He's gonna appear out of nowhere like fucking Candyman.
Sonic Bros a symbol. Like,
yeah.
Put the blue light in the sky. We need you.
So let me know if you guys can hear this. We've had some issues in the past. I tested this earlier. It was working fine. I don't know if it's work right now, but let's just take a look at this new game that was announced and see if you guys are down with this. In the beginning, there's no audio, just FYI. So let me know in about 5 seconds. You hearing it?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Pick your hero. Get ready. Go!
By the Vishanti, Strange is here.
This is what the Avengers game should have been.
Yeah, I know.
100% should have been this.
It's nano time. I hope Friday got that on video. I'm opening a portal. Don't mess with the amazing spider.
That ability could have only been done with the PS5 SSD, by the way. Just saying, that portal that he jumped through, honestly, can't be done without the PS5.
Your powers are mine.
I got you! Behold, Dark Child!
Hey, mind if I join you, pal? Maximo Pulse!
It's
Sounds like Tiny Tina's voice, actually.
By the eye of Agamotto!
I am ready to put on a show! Charge!
For Wakanda.
You're the winner! Next team!
Oh, Storm!
Hey, Rhetri, can you please do me a favor and just rewind back to the Spider-Man combat, if that's possible? If that's possible.
Let me know where to stop. Hold on. You talking?
If possible.
The first third of the.
Oh, was it in the beginning?
I think it towards the beginning area.
Get ready!
I'm trying to see when it was. I know I seen it on when I first seen the trailer, and it stood out to me.
I think there was a little bit in this.
Mark, look, we can tell, by the way.
Nano time. I hope Friday got that on video. I'm opening a portal.
Look at that!
Right here.
That looks better than Spider-Man 2. Look at that combat, yo. Look at those animations. Learn something, Insomniac. That's it. That's all I wanted to see. That combat from Spider-Man.
That
is
and
the most
like I
impressive
said,
Spider-Man combat I've ever seen.
you'll only be able to do that. You'll only be able to have Doctor Strange on the PS5 because the SSD. It's the only way you can do those portal moves.
Facts.
Listen, I want to gauge. I got to be honest with you. I am kind of excited about this. I think Reese is talking some shit, and that's fine. Not for everybody, as he should. That's fine.
But listen, for casuals.
I got over 2,000 hours in Overwatch, and this looks like so much like fucking Overwatch. It's not even funny. Even the levels look much like Overwatch. I
believe it's PC only. I might be wrong. Is it? I know for sure it's not.
I thought it was PC. Is it PC?
Yeah, I think it's PC only.
Might be PC. However,
yeah,
this is what Marvel's Avengers should have been. It would have. I feel like that would have garnered a lot more support.
Might have been all right.
That hero fighter or hero shooter, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's PC. It's coming to PC only on Steam and Epic for now. Will we see a console version?
Watch your fucking mouth. Multiverses is a fire game, dude. Watch your mouth, dude. Yo,
see, I didn't like Multiverses either. But
hey, listen. Let's just listen. Hey, look, Multiverses look better than this shit.
Oh, I'm gonna have to strongly disagree with you, but that's fine. Listen, I think this has a chance of possibly succeeding if it's any good. Hopefully, there'll be a port to the consoles. But do you, Nero, as an Overwatch guy, I figured you'd be all over this. You don't think this looks good?
No, I do think it looked good. And like I said, the Spider-Man combat looks better than anything I've seen from Spider-Man 2, 2018, or Miles Morales. I think the animations is crisp and the spiderweb detail looks better as well. It's definitely a game. I do feel like they are really missing the ball by not launching it on consoles as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
hero
at the
roster
same
that
time.
you could have, the amount of heroes that Marvel has access to, the variations of the skins, there's so much that you could do. They monetize the fuck out of this game.
They're going to monetize the bejesus out of this. Definitely. It's going to be Fortnite all over again for this game.
I'm going to be honest. I personally, like I said, I'm not super excited for it, and I kind of looked at it and shrugged, but I will say I would be lying right now to the stream if I said I would not play this game if it was available on Xbox and if it was free to play like Overwatch. I would definitely play this and give it a try. I mean, I think it looks
Nero,
okay.
You will be playing it because it's going to be on the handheld, which is going to have Steam, which is going to have Epic, which means you're going to be playing it.
Big Phil Spencer looking out for people like me, man. Gotta love to see it, man.
Yeah. That's one thing people keep forgetting. All these games that came to PC that never came to console, or a lot of them that are ported over like years later. Age of Empires is a good example. Yep. If Phil gets his way and what we talked about earlier happens, then you won't miss anything anymore. Just
definitely.
saying.
And let's be honest, I'm looking at this game from an art style perspective, and I honestly don't think this could run on a PS5. The PS5 Pro might be able to
maybe
run.
The Pro will be able to handle it.
I can just see this not looking and performing the best over there. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe real choppy. And like I said, look at the Spider-Man running animation. Looks better than any Spider-Man. Like, Insomniac should be ashamed of themselves. And once this get on Xbox, it's official. You can play the best version of Spider-Man on Xbox whenever this comes to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy Panda and Rhetri is excited for it. I'm definitely happy they are interested in it. And like I said, me personally, I'm looking like, it's all right.
I don't play a lot of hero fighter games, so it's interesting to me. Like, there are certain comic book characters that I'm absolutely obsessed with and love to the end of time, especially in the Marvel universe, mainly around the mutant side of things. I really love mutants. Mm-hmm. So that's I find interesting, and I had no interest in Marvel's Avengers at all, just completely dead to me as far as it was a snooze fest. Mm-hmm. But I really loved the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy game. That was
my god,
yeah, it's really good.
Game. And I feel like
that game right there, man.
Yeah,
good game, man. I highly recommend that, you guys. If anybody in the chat or watching this haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game, definitely go play that.
Yeah,
I think Avengers fucked that game, to be honest with you. I think many people had such a sour taste in their mouth from Avengers that it actually screwed up Guardians sales.
I agree with you. That's what my concern is with this, is that people are still like, I still have such a bad taste in my mouth about Marvel's Avengers that I look at this and immediately go, it's going to be a better game. But some people have an absolute apprehension to it now. They're just like, no, ick.
Right, yeah.
I will say I do look forward to fucking up the Hulk in this game. I'm more of a DC guy. I'm a DC
fan.
More of a Batman guy. Just so people know, Batman fucked up the Hulk before. There's some comics out there. Go look those up, and whether they're official or not, it happened. Batman beat Hulk and he beat Superman. So it's like, come on, and he's just Batman. Well, prep time, Batman will beat anybody in this game right here. You know what I'm saying? With the proper prep time. So.
I love Batman. I love DC. I'm a massive DC fan.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Criminals saying Guardians of the Galaxy is bloody amazing. Best Marvel game in recent times. Yeah, I gotta agree. Like I think it's hard to beat. So it's probably best movie.
I have to finish it, but I think Midnight Suns is also a good.
Yeah, I gotta pick that one up.
I gotta finish it. It's so much in that game. It's a meaty game. So. I think that's a good Marvel game, but Marvel games usually tend to miss the mark, and I think that's why people dick ride Spider-Man from Insomniac so much, because they're not used to getting good Marvel games. And back in the day, we used to always get good Marvel games. From my personal, the Hulk game from back in the day, I can't remember the specific name, the Wolverine games that Activision published that will probably get remade or remastered, coming to Game Pass soon, big owners. And it just seems like it was abundant of decent superhero games back in the day, but a lot of these newer ones do miss the mark. I personally do want to check out Suicide Squad eventually, and personally, I think Gotham Knights was a good game.
I thought Gotham was decent. I thought Gotham got more hate than it deserved. When I played it, I was kind of like, what's the huge problem here? Like, I don't think it moved the needle for a lot of people, but I think it's decent. I think it's a decent game. I think a lot of people just completely shit on that game. Yeah. And I haven't played Suicide Squad either, so I don't know, but I'm probably going to end up playing it when it's on sale. It's like, why not?
Hopefully it comes to Game Pass. I mean, you would think by now they will have the sense to like, yo, this game
they're hurting.
Oh yeah, definitely bleeding over there.
Why not? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The Marvel's Avengers Criminal, I think a lot of it was just like the MTX in the game and how it was set up to make money off the rip. I think that's why it got so much hate, because I actually know people who enjoyed the gameplay itself. It wasn't a horrible
game. Like, it wasn't a bad game.
It wasn't enough of content. Like, it only was like, what, 3-4 bosses in the fucking game?
Yeah, like, that was the other issue people were pointing out on that one. So, yeah, it is what it is.
They did leave it out to die, and I think that's my biggest thing. Is like, if you're going to push a game and you want to do it the way you want to do it, you have to support it. You've got to understand that gamers, if we like a game, we just sit there and game for hours upon hours, and we just eat through the content like it's nothing. Like, that's how we roll. It's just how we play games.
I do think it felt better combat wise. It felt punchier and more weighty. No matter who I was being, I liked it, the feeling, and I kind of liked it, the look of it more than Spider-Man from Insomniac. But just the lack of content, and it's really sad because it's like, man, that could really kill. Not a lot of games get away with coming out with lackluster content. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not everybody is as great as 343 that can afford to release a game lacking
the greatness
and still, come back, and now it has the most modes in a multiplayer game on the market right now.
That game. The only thing they need to do with that game is enable you to, like, when you go into like quick play or something, like select the maps that you want or the modes that you want.
Yeah,
because there are some maps that I hate, and there are some modes that I hate.
Same.
And I'm like, fuck it. Like the one flag capture and defend on like 2 particular maps, I refuse to play it on 2 maps.
Definitely.
I don't mind the mode, but there are 2 maps I can't stand it on.
What's the hallway map that is probably the worst designed map maybe of all time? That's in I fucking hate that map. It might be on Husky Raid, but no, it's in the original game. It came out later. It's just a blue fucking hallway.
Yeah, it's just 2 sides, like, and then in the middle it's empty. Yo, that fucking map. Listen,
hate that map.
In agreement, man. And look, listen, I also hate when I play Team Slayer and they just, like, my first game of the day, they put me with the BR. I love the BR, and especially after watching the Halo series, I just want to use the BR more. But man, give me the fucking AR to start the day, man. Like, don't make me have to hit like just precision shots to start the day. So I agree. Being able to select specific mode, actually,
that would be nice.
Fuck all of that, bro. The multiplayer is in a solid ass state. Please give me a fucking expansion, yo. Because the lore on this Halo
story
ring,
expansion,
the lore on this ring, the ring is bigger than Earth. Yep. So that being said, it's so many biomes, and like you
that's what I want. Biomes, baby.
Spartan ops to come. Just have certain co-op squad missions. Something similar to maybe take a note out of Helldivers page. It's nothing wrong with looking at the competition and saying, you know what, maybe we should apply on a smaller scale certain missions. You squad up with 4 PVE or PvE, PV, however many letters you got to add into that shit. But I just think that would be dope, man. And I just feel like right now, Halo is overly focused on the multiplayer aspect, which I get. It's a live service game.
Yeah, it's where their player base is, so that makes sense. Though.
Yeah, but your fucking campaign is also fucking universally appreciated and loved. It is a whole group of Halo fans that only played for the campaign. Because for the longest, I was one of those guys. Infinite multiplayer is the first multiplayer besides Reach that I really, really invested a lot of time and effort into. But that's just because me personally, when I'm a Halo fan, I'm a Master Chief fan first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks. Man, I'm a huge fan of the campaign.
Speaking of cheeks.
Hey, perfect segue. Hey. Speaking of games, like
shit. I do agree. I would like to see more on the campaign side of Halo. I just wish they would just, split the team in half and have some of them work on that. Maybe that's what they're doing. Who knows? I really don't know what the hell's going on behind the scenes at 343. For all I know, maybe that's exactly what they're doing. I don't know, but I think they are concentrating really hard on the multiplayer. And I think it's come around ever since season 3. I think they haven't stopped. I think it's been really good for content. I've been watching like every season to see what's happened. And season 3 is the season, in my opinion, where things just turned around, and it hasn't stopped since, really, in my opinion.
Season 5 was great.
Season 5, yeah, absolutely.
And Halo arguably give away the most free content. Like the amount of 20 tier free battle passes they have given away within just the last year alone is insane. Who is giving away free 20 tier battle passes? Whether you like all of the content that's in there or not, I guarantee each of those free battle passes they've given away got at least 2 or 3 really, really dope things. And ever since they added the cross-core helmet and shoulders customization, man, Halo is definitely infinite and it has a bright future, man. But I just don't want them to neglect that single player aspect, man. There's not too many good story-driven shooters out here. They are far and few in between. That's why I'm so excited for Stalker 2, the next special series game to come out. Wolfenstein.
Fallout series releasing this coming month.
Oh, I am so excited about that. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to talk about that next week, or at least our excitement for the Fallout show. I know, Nero, you're not going to be here next week. You'll be with family, but we'll definitely
hold
be talking.
Down for you.
We'll hold it down for you.
A menace in the chat.
Yes, we're going to be talking about it after.
You just need to put the IGN stuff in the chat.
Exactly.
And
you know what? I'm kind of disappointed in the chat. I haven't seen any hashtag. Yes. I haven't seen any fuck IGNs in the chat. You guys
no FIGNs. Kotaku.
Kotaku's gone. Let's go. IGN.
Let's get the hate out. Let's get the hate out a little bit, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, you got to release it. You don't want that shit pent inside. You got to release that shit.
It's release the crack, and it's just release the hate.
Release the hate. Speaking of releasing the hate, we want to, as probably our last subject here, is show this and talk about this little ditty here. Here we go.
No ditty.
I can't believe I just said that. I
realized Rhetri is part of the Diddler Corporation, man. Hey, it all makes sense, man.
Oh shit!
Now look, you guys. Before we watch this clip, right? I sent this specific tweet. Shout out Nico. I don't know if you guys follow him. He's a good follow on Twitter.
I do.
The reason I sent his specific tweet, not only because it fits my agenda. Yes, it does. I have an agenda. I'm biased. But not only that, it's because this guy is literally a fucking gamer first and foremost. He don't care if the game is a PSVR 2, a PlayStation 5, an Xbox game, or a Switch game. He's going to play it, and he's going to go into it with the mind of a gamer. No matter the outcome, I know this guy just from his clips and just from his presence. Even the way, if you was to go to some of the comments and the hate that he get from being honest. We always get hate for fucking being honest on this app. And in this world, it's impossible to be honest about Sony products. But I just wanted to give that little context. This is not a console warrior. This is not one of my Xbox homies who console war. It's not my tweet. This is a tweet from a real gamer. So let's get into it.
Yeah, so he's saying the first boss from the Stellar Blade demo. So he played the demo. He says all he did was smash L1 and square. Huh? Emoji. So listen, we're talking about being honest, right? There was 2 games I gave a shit about. This was one of them. Ronin is bypassed. I do play Helldivers too. I think it's a good game.
Dragon's Dogma 2 for the win.
Yep. Hey, Dragon's Dogma combat looks way better than this shit I'm seeing right here.
Bringing it back, Panda. Panda's bringing it back to.
Nah, fuck that. Bring it back, Panda. Dragon's Dogma 2 combat blows this shit out of the fucking water. Let's be honest, man. And listen, I can get those same fucking titty and booty physics on my fucking Dragon's Dogma 2 character. So I mean, like, what are we doing here?
By the way, if you have my pawn, you might want to let her go and re-up her. You're gonna laugh. She's now a giant with a big old booty and big old boobies. Named after my wife, by the way. Love you, boo. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, what were you saying about the gameplay?
I don't remember. So I guess simplistic gameplay, right? So Stellar Blade looking like it might be a mashy game, mash buttons like we used to do back in the day with fighters. So you just hit a bunch of buttons and shit happens. I mean, that's kind of what
there's no
we're looking at here.
To it. Well, is there a difficulty option in this game where you like?
It is.
You have to be tactful around how you go.
Her butt is gleaming like a motherfucker, though. I can't stop looking at it. I'm sorry.
It's the lighting, right?
It is a difficult achievement. You have normal mode, which is, I guess, the quote unquote hard normal, I guess, which doesn't look too hard because I know he didn't play on the story difficulty, and then you have the story difficulty, which most of these ponies will be playing on because they don't, do well with challenge or difficult games. They're handheld gamers, I would say. And saying that, they need a handheld through all of these games, man. After playing Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm kind of spoiled to just great combat now. And just being able to approach fights any type of way.
Them, they don't. The health bar that you've got just doesn't really deplete at all. I'm like, that's honestly why.
It's Panda. It's the same fucking.
I'm curious.
Reason I don't like Final Fantasy 16 from an outside perspective because all these combat and these action games is they don't do. See, Devil May Cry did it great. These motherfuckers don't do it well because it's literally a bunch of flashy ass shit, a bunch of burning swords and flashy shit, but the damage is not fucking there. The health bar barely goes down. Like the amount of times
it almost looks like the Walmart version of Bayonetta. Like Bayonetta was good. Exactly. This looks like
a game like this. What should be happening is you see them about to do a big massive move. You dodge out of the way because you know it's going to fuck you up. That's how the game should be because it's tactical around. Go in, do your slashes, get out of the way of.
She's doing a block every time he's about to hit her with those things.
Honestly, unless
and she's blocking everything. Like what is this? No stamina.
Yeah. Is it easy perfect block or
is this
what?
Easy mode or is this like what the fuck? I might have to reach out to Nico.
Honestly, even with a block, there should be like
some type of
you're not getting nothing's happening. Yeah, there's nothing happening on the block.
She hasn't gotten punished for anything she's done. Like that's insane. You can't do this shit right here in Elden Ring, and you damn sure can't do it in Dragon's Dogma.
Definitely not. 100%.
No, because then they do things that shake the ground, and you lose your balance yourself, and and then they've got their magic that they do, and like you can't block everything. They have ways of just getting you.
I love this comment here. Criminal. Kotaku is the Diddy. IGN is the Jay-Z. Oh, we're throwing some shade on Jay-Z. Gatekeepers of the industry. Diddle fingering all the upcomings. We need a 50 in gaming news to troll these out of existence. Funny story, side story, little quick one about Jay-Z. Back in the day, I was really like more into like gangster rap and shit like that. And there was a concert with DMX and Jay-Z, and DMX opened up. And I was a huge DMX fan. And Jay-Z came up, and we just walked the fuck out because we were too gangster for Jay-Z. We're like, peace, DMX takes. Yeah, where my dog's at.
Rest in peace, X, man. Rest in peace to dog. Man.
Yeah.
Lyric, you're saying it should play like Nier Automata. Are you talking about like the changing of the gameplay mechanics? So like it's like you get to a new section and it completely changes how you play the game, the style itself. Is that what you're saying around it should play like Nier Automata? Or it does play like Nier Automata.
I think maybe he's saying they trying to go for the Nier Automata. Now, I didn't beat Nier Automata, but I did play it. I purchased it on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I enjoyed it for a bit. And I feel like it kind of got away from me. So I am going to play Nier Replicant. I heard that's like more of a focus, kind of dialed back. But okay, I will say this. Now, look, for all you soft-ass, pussy-ass ponies that like to screen record the podcast and go make content because Sony isn't giving you any content for yourself to talk about, I will say this. Nero is fair. I want to compliment and applaud them for this game being balanced and very well optimized. Shout out to Analysta Bits on YouTube. He is a digital foundry without the fucking bullshit biasness that they constantly do. And it's just, he just straight up compared the modes and the performance, and this game runs very well in every mode. Give it up.
Give it up.
Is the podcast ending? It says, is that supposed to be up there, guys?
Oh, that is weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. I thought we was about to end early on you.
No, I think I have to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was a timer on it. It's still going. So long as everyone's still here, I think I have to hit that button for it. I've never seen that before. So glad you said that. So the countdown, I was like, oh shit.
Them their flowers for putting out a polished game on that weak ass PlayStation 5. I give them that, and I look. Listen, whenever a game come out polished, I'm gonna give them their flowers, no matter if it's Nintendo, Xbox, because it's a shame that polished games is far and few in between. It seems nowadays. You know, now hopefully,
the game looks good. The game looks.
It does look good.
I might get this. I might not get it day one because this is a $70 game.
You
right?
want to hear more about its reviews?
I need to know because Rise of the Ronin. I was tricked. I was day one on that, and then I watched more of it, and I was like, nope, you ain't.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get Rise of Ronin when I get my PS5 Pro. When I get my PS5 Pro, it is a few games that I'm gonna. At the end of the day, I am a gamer. I'm just not a dumbass gamer. I'm not gonna buy these fucking watered down experiences. $70 day one just to fucking appease a bunch of fucking Twitter talking heads. No, fuck that. A good game is a good game, like Criminal just said. I will like to check this out, 100%. But I just wanted to, compliment them for, this game being polished. Now, hopefully, they don't take an Insomniac approach and fucking butcher the game with the day one patch. And all the praises I'm giving it. Look, I will be right back in this very same seat on this very same podcast, singing the very opposite tunes of what I'm singing now. So when a game does good, Nero will be fair and give them their fucking flowers, man. But
shout out to Mr. Kima. Thank you for joining us, brother. Love you on Twitter. He says Project Eve, aka Stellar Blade, was first shown, on Xbox E3 stage 2019. Once again, Xbox gets the shaft.
PlayStation money hating as per usual.
Yeah,
that is bullshit. And shit like that kind of leaves a sour. If you and it goes back to Sony, man, just trying to overly spend and just overly gatekeep games from.
That's why I said they have to do that because they're first party output. They have to.
Because let's be honest, if Rise of Ronin and Stellar Blade was multi-plat, yikes! What the fuck do Sony have this year?
Right?
So they have to do the Final Fantasy buyouts and the Stellar Blade and the Rise of Ronin, and I hope Stellar Blade reviews well. But we see Rise of Ronin was a disappointment to many people, myself included, what I'm seeing. And I just want to say it's okay for mid games to exist. Not every game is going to be
I agree.
a Dragon's Dogma. Every game is not going to be a Starfield. Every game
some of them are going to be Redfall.
Yeah, some of them is going to be, the Redfall. Hey, J-Rock. Shout out to homie J-Rock, man.
What's up, Jay?
Hi, J-Rock.
Every game is not going to be
he's here to get pointers from fucking Panda for DD2.
Hey, J-Rock, are you enjoying DD2? That's my question to you. Yes. I mean, if you want pointers, anyone DM me on Xbox or on Twitter. I'm happy to give lots of pointers.
J-Rock, listen, when all this crew is done playing DD2, which might be a while, we have been talking about doing another Halo night. So we gotta figure that out, J-Rock. We had a blast the last time
that's what we do in the Xbox community, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like when I woke up from my COVID coma and I opened Twitter and I mustered up, it was weeks after I woke up because I ain't have the strength to lift my phone up. One of the first fucking things I seen when I opened Twitter was fucking J-Rock hosting a fucking Halo Infinite night. And it just warmed my heart because I'm like, Xbox community is filled with real fucking gamers, man. Like we do this shit, man. No matter if we agree with each other, like for the most part. Now the fake ass non-gaming Xbox fans, those are the ones who flip-flop, the Tim Dogs. I would love to see his hours in a lot of these games for this year. You feel what I'm saying? And it's also I noticed no Xbox guy that flip-flop and gloom and doom, they can't beat nobody on this panel in a competitive game.
No.
So that's why it's like, as an Xbox community, we have to ask ourselves, are we really losing anything when these guys no, let them go. Like, go to the platform where competitive games just don't
go to die.
Go to die. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
I'm happy to slap anyone.
Anytime you want.
Same, yeah.
Panda here to flaps that.
Hey, no Diddy. Same. No Diddy. I ain't gonna lie. Listen. If I see any of y'all in Halo, I'm going for that back.
How does Criminal? Yeah, how does one get into Infinite Halo night? You just need to add us on basically Xbox. Join a
right here.
Depends how many we get in this Discord.
Join that Discord, Criminal, and we'll get you in there. That's how most of us communicate. I think Jay's in there too. I know we got you guys.
I need to start being a little more active in Discord, man. I don't really.
us
it's a great platform to
just connect it. That way we could talk to all PC guys. We could talk to all Xbox guys. I know we could do that on the Xbox chat, but the quality is actually better on Discord as well. So that's why when we use Discord. But look, at the end of the day, if you don't want to use Discord, we will go in the Xbox chat. That's not a problem too. It's just easier if we're live streaming it to use Discord as well. But he said, Panda, I messed up and loaded up my end save. I'm going to use your pawns and get back to oh man.
I'm so
that sucks, brother.
That sucks. That sucks.
J-Rock,
do
I just
regularly
deleted my
save
save
in saves.
He just
do
Nero
regularly
just
save it in saves. I had to do that. I fucked up a quest, and
I did too.
As soon as you fuck up the quest, it auto saves, and I think they do need to fix the saving in this game. And then I reloaded it in save, and I was like, "Fuck! I have to go back and do this, and this now." I didn't. It wasn't too much, like in comparison to probably what level you were to go back to level 8. But I still think that they need to enable, like, auto saving's great, but get rid of auto saving. Keep the in saves because they're a great backup, but just have it as a manual save. And if you're not manually saving, that's on you, mate. But I preferred the last game was manual saves, and then you had your in save as another backup if you really fucked up. But auto saving feature is screwing people over if they want to redo a quest that they mucked up, because at the moment it does it saves on the auto save, so you have to go back to your in save to fix it. That's my biggest gripe with the game at the moment. Yeah.
Speaking of this game that we keep doubling back to for the last 2 weeks, I want to say Capcom has tweeted out a survey. If you love Dragon's Dogma as much as this panel has, go do that survey. Give your honest answers. Let them know you purchased the game on the best console, the Xbox Series X.
Where can they find the survey?
On the official Capcom Dragon's Dogma Twitter account.
Twitter.
And you get a really cool fucking wallpaper for your phone or laptop.
Oh, nice.
It's really dope. I got it as my wallpaper right now. Exactly.
Now you're speaking my language.
You said
and at the end of the survey, they asked us, would we support DLC? I don't know what the fuck they're asking. I think it's really just for them to toot their own horns. Like, hey guys, look, 99.3% of people said they would support our DLC. So just make sure.
Capcom page, or is it Dragon's Dogma?
I think it might be the Dragon's Dogma page.
Going now.
I actually quote-tweeted it not too long ago. I screenshotted the wallpaper and everything. So,
because there's Dragon's Dogma and there's Dragon's Dogma updates as well.
It might just be the regular Dragon's Dogma.
While I'm sharing this screen too. What?
So they've got an image on the Dragon's Dogma Twitter account, which is like an X-ray of someone, and then there's Dragon's Dogma inside the X-ray going, got that dogma in me. I'm like, that's how I feel right now. I feel that way, 100%. Yeah,
yes,
100%
absolutely.
That's hilarious. Got that dogma in me. Hey, I'm gonna start using that, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. We do have that. Yeah, that should be like a catchphrase. Shit, we gotta make a T-shirt of that.
Dragon's Catma too, because so many people have beastrons. Yeah. Yeah,
very true. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that in my pawns lately. It was weird too. Side note, at one point I had hired everyone was female outside of me, and then when I went into the thing to look at all the other pawns, 100% females. I was like, did that game just like give me what I was kind of wanting already or something weird? Like, I was like, is it simping on me? Like, literally not a single male was in there. I was like, that is weird. I wonder if it's like learning my habits. Because even the pawns will say, I had a master once that only hired females. I was like, y'all call me out right now? What's going on? But anyways, shout out over here to, if you see this right now on the screen, Sarah Bond, saying it's so great speaking to Team Xbox. And a lot of people are assuming that this is just the meetings that they've been having. They're obviously talking about, the third party business and what's happening in the future of Xbox. But these are cameras rolling. So something's happening here with her. It feels like they recorded something here for an upcoming whatever. I don't know if they'd be recording now for a June showcase thing or something like that, but it seems like maybe something behind the scenes.
As they do, you got to start early.
I guess so. Like something's definitely going on here with the lovely Sarah Bond here behind the scenes. So they're definitely tipping their hat at something.
But I really do pray that my ideal June showcase would be at least 2.5 hours, really 3. I want an hour for Bethesda, an hour for Xbox Game Studios, and an hour for Activision. I would love an hour because they could definitely spend an hour just explaining the roadmap for Activision. Like they haven't been too communicative when it comes to when Call of Duties is coming. Now they already confirmed that the point of them buying ABK was for all their games to go in Game Pass day one, pretty much confirming a couple of weeks back that this Call of Duty will be in there. But I'm kind of growing impatient because we're creeping up on a halfway through the year
half
mark.
a year. Yeah,
I would love to play Modern Warfare 3 before I play the new COD this year. Put them in there. Crash, Spyro. It's a lot of games we not.
Yeah, I want those damn Tony Hawks in there. I agree with you. Like we need to see some more ABK games getting onto Game Pass in the service. I'm hoping that's going to come.
People might not be used to me. People might not be used to me criticizing the brand, but I am an Xbox.
That's a fair criticism, in my opinion.
I'm gonna criticize a couple things real quick. You didn't hold your feet when it came to laying them people off. So don't hold your feet when it comes to giving us what we deserve for sitting through this fucking stress-inducing ass trial that you guys put the fan base through. For one, and then for two, it's no reason that PlayStation should get fucking Sea of Thieves before we get a Crash Bandicoot in fucking Game Pass from Activision. So just as an Xbox fan, sometimes I get some of the frustrations. I'm not a bitch. I'm not gonna go gloom and doom and jump off a bridge like the rest of these fucking mustard heart people, as King David call them. So, but I will say, it is certain things that I scratch my head, and maybe that's what Sarah is recording that you showed. Maybe that's the Activision roadmap I'm waiting for, and so many other people are waiting for. So, I would love to get some of those games in there. Even the backwards compatible games, the Transformer games,
yes,
times,
the Fall of Cybertron and all that. Exactly. Ooh, so good.
Yeah. Bring those in there. It's not just about even the prototypes. Give them FPS boost.
That's my game, bro. That's such a good game.
It's a lot more than just COD. Now I will applaud them for giving Diablo. But as a person that had Diablo 4 since day one, it does nothing for me. Now, for the fans, I'm excited and happy for people. But for me personally, it does nothing for me. And that's just, gaming is the most selfish hobby in the world. So, me being selfish, I want those cards in there. I want, a lot of those games in there. So hopefully they get that going. And maybe the June showcase, they really, communicate with us and let us know what's up.
100%, man. I hope so. It's got to be coming soon, right? There's got to be more than this extremely slow drip feed, a little too slow. Like I'm okay with drip feeding, but I think we need more. We need at least a sign of more to come. So Criminal Logic, hopefully you got that Discord link that I just sent you, brother. Definitely appreciate everyone coming out tonight. We combined, it's showing me 120 people. Obviously majority of you guys are definitely watching on Twitter. It's kind of crazy that is a thing, but it is a thing. So appreciate you guys coming out and joining us tonight. Nero, where can people find you before we leave this great podcast? Where can they find you, brother?
Just like on the screen, Twitter, YouTube. I'm creeping up on 700 subscribers on YouTube. I believe I'm at 670. I believe something around that mark. So I review games. I just did my review of Dragon's Dogma and why it's a masterpiece. I plan on doing Evil West soon. I want to start, my homies recommended maybe doing a retro review here and there. So I might go back. I never played the Fable trilogy, so I might go play Fable 2 and do a review on that. And,
careful, don't catch any Ds.
Don't catch any. Hey, look.
No Dragon's Plague over there.
It's still on the loose. So I'm worried about all the unwarranted Ds coming my way. They're still out there. So it's very.
If you have any questions about that game, that franchise, I've played that's like the reason I'm on
the Jesus out of it. Yeah.
I fucking love
it. I'm definitely
100% in Fable 2 and Fable 3 for the achievements. I've like 1 or 2 achievements off Fable 1, but the effort to get that last achievement, it's not worth it for me.
Nice. So,
yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, Next Gen Nero on everything. On Twitch, I recently damaged my Xbox headset microphone, so I won't be streaming in the near future. So, yeah, but Next Gen Nero on everything, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. Show me some love. Now on Twitter, now people might see like, oh, this Next Gen Nero guy don't follow back. Let me tell you something, right? I'm a content creator. I'm a podcaster. I support who support me. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel and this YouTube channel right here with the podcast, and you DM me, or you comment, like, just showing that you support me, I have no problem following you back. Whether you got 2 followers or 200 or 2,000, I support who support me. But at the end of the day, I am a content creator. I am trying to get the ball moving, as you see here, even with the podcast. So show love, and we will definitely show it back.
Absolutely. Yep, we're good like that. 100%. Panda, I see you typing away. I don't know if you're sending love letters to Capcom. Where can people find you? What's up, Peter?
I'm totally.
Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing?
I'm filling out that survey.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. Yeah. I hear it click clacking away. I'm like, she's talking to Capcom, right? Right now.
Yeah,
I fucking love you. I love you, Capcom. Come to Microsoft. The weather's fine.
Fly me out, please. Fly me out.
Yeah, exactly.
Where can you find me? You can find me on Xbox, obviously Dead Panda, and then you can find me on Twitter or X. You can find me on YouTube. I'm working on my review of Dragon's Dogma 2. There's a lot of editing and other things that go into it, and the more I play, the more I find out around things that I like and things that I'm like could be better. And so, yeah. And then I'm working on a guide for people who are just starting out. So those who
beginner's
haven't
tips,
bought the
man.
game. Yeah, so those who haven't bought the game day one, I'm working on that as well in the background. So watch that space. Those will be going out on my YouTube channel hopefully soon. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and then there's like things that come in. I'm like, I want to put this in, and I'm still umming and ahhing on. So I'll probably send some things to people and go, hey, can you have a look at this? What do you think before I publish it?
I love that. I honestly, because I didn't understand this game at all, one of the first things I did was look for dummies, Dragon's Dogma for beginners, that type of shit. It's needed because there's a lot of language in Dragon's Dogma too, where I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what a port crystal is. I don't know. There's a definitely learning curve there that I think doing these beginning videos are super helpful for people who've never played this game like myself, and now completely and utterly fucking love this game.
It's going to be as spoiler-free as possible. I don't want to spoil anything. I was talking to Pete and I'm like, oh my God, I just found this vocation. I'm so excited, but I'm not going to tell you where it is because I think that's the biggest thing is they want to go and experience where to go find these things for themselves. Yeah. Really, really big on not spoiling it because I think that's one of the worst things you can do for people who love gaming as much as we do.
Definitely.
IGN.
Yeah.
You fuckers who literally just did that. Anyways, and then
fuck IGN, hashtag fuck IGN in the chat.
Their excuse, the excuse, and I don't like to hate on people. I'm not going to say who said this, but the excuse was, well, other websites did it. I was like, did he fucking seriously just say that?
So you've got no integrity?
So, okay. All right, cool. Whatever. I wouldn't do that.
Everyone else jumped off the cliff, so I jumped off too.
That's
Great
exactly
idea.
what it was. Come on now. God. You guys can follow me, GamePass_daily on Twitter as usual. Game Pass Daily right here. So please subscribe. If you're new here, please subscribe. Hit that like button before you guys leave us tonight. It definitely helps us out. We are past 1,000 subscribers, so we got that. Our next thing is to get watch hours. So share this out if you can. We need to get as many watch hours as possible so we can open up memberships. We can do super chats, super stickers, all that bullshit the other podcasters
and guys, get to do. Even if you can't catch us live, man, if you at work or if you just playing the game or something like that, throw the podcast on in the background, catch a vibe, relax, sip something, smoke something, whatever you do. We don't judge you, man.
No, we partake in some of those things too. Anyways, you guys can obviously catch me tomorrow on the Gamers Council with Web Dave. That's on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the same time as this show, just on Sundays. I appreciate you guys coming out. This community is awesome. If you want to game with us, you want to join us in gaming nights and stuff, obviously join the Discord that I put out there. It's called Community Game Nights. We have a lot of fun gaming. We will be playing Halo hopefully soon, and I'll let people
I thought you said Dragon's Dogma 2 there. What? Pretty sure.
Did
that's
I say
what
that?
Said,
I
right?
might have.
Yeah,
I could have. You know what?
You didn't. You said Halo, but
you could
like,
convince
honestly,
me. You could convince me that I said it because
I
it's
know you're
on my
thinking
head
it.
so badly that I could have accidentally
closed your eyelids, just
slipped
burnt
it.
onto the inside of your eyelids.
Absolutely. And by the way, go play Game of the Year, Dragon's Dogma. This is the Dragon's Dogma podcast. We're signing out. Peace. I love you guys. We'll see you next week for sure.
No Diddy. Catch y'all in the next one, man.
No ditties.